Greetings, salutations, welcome back to some more Limbus Company. It's been a little bit because the last time we played was just before the kind of holiday season, and we kind of had a lot less streams for the holiday season, so that's kind of led to it's been a little bit since we last played Limbus Company here. But when we last played, we played through Hal's Chicken, so now we're on to Canto 4. I'm excited. Hey, and greetings, Clownfish Yankago. That's not, wait, what? It's Dante's notes. I don't think I've looked at that before. Yeah, I'm excited because, this is, we finished Hal's Chicken, so we're on to then changing Beyond the Buses, Cordo Buses, Backdoor, Dante's Records. I don't know what all of those are, to be honest. I hadn't looked at this yet. Dante's Notes is a bunch of lore about the world. It's a fun read. Cool. That's actually kind of what it looked like from the two things I clicked on there. I might have to look at it some more sometime. I'm hoping we can get into Canto 4 today, and this is a kind of interesting background. Yeah, I think we just dive right in.
우리는 야심가도 탐욕가도 아니며 그저 기술을 사랑했던 아이에 불과했지.
Is it going to give me time to read, or is it going to continue without me? I think it's giving me time here. We were neither high flyers nor greedy vultures. We were merely children who loved technology.
처음으로 우리가 숨을
Do you
쉬던
remember the day
그날을 기억하오.
when we first felt that we were breathing?
그때는 말일세.
Back
그
then,
숨만으로도 충분했었어.
that breath alone would suffice.
아님 유독
Oh, perhaps
그날만
it was the air that was exceptionally clear that day. Dante's allegorical. Honestly, one of the most clear allegories out there. The view is obscured by smoke and dust. Is this a present moment? Is this in the present? Terrified screams, hopeless outcry, pained moans, and the sound of howled abjects create a cacophony.
시계를 돌려야 할 시간이요.
It is time to turn the clock. I can hear ye saying, the only conscious sinner at the moment, muster up his remaining strength to speak. The others are on the floor among dismembered corpses like powerless puppets. It feels like we've skipped ahead. Fatal injuries were left by an abnormality. Things escalated very quickly, yes. Yet, we are in the middle of a nest. Weren't abnormalities supposed to be confined within lobotomy corpse branch facilities or dungeons? That sounds correct to me. Meanwhile, the abnormality pierced Yesane's abdomen as I wondered. I had no one else to share this question with.
이번엔 어디를 가는 건가요?
Did we go back in time or something here, or this is a different scene? Where are we going this time? Listeners seemed to grow quite accustomed to the smoke. As if we were on a road trip, some were far less hesitant to ask about our next destination. I was going to call it our next hesitation. That's not correct.
아니요. 이번 작전의 시작점은 장소가 아니라
That's not quite the right question. This mission begins with a person rather than a place.
사람이라 하였소?
A person, you say?
의뢰인이 계시거든요.
We happen to have a client.
그건 저희가 해결사 사무소처럼
You mean
외부로부터 의뢰까지
we
받는다는
take
소리예요.
requests from outside like we were a fixer office or something?
벌써부터 의뢰가 몰아치고
Should have seen that coming. You should have seen Don Quixote's excitement coming. I didn't, but I should have. Oh, has our carriage begun to be frequented by requests already? Excellent there. It may take little time at all to become a renowned fixer.
조용. 질문에 대한 대답은 내가 한다.
Quiet. I'll be answering questions.
너희도
As
알다시피
you all know,
황금가지라는
the
존재는
golden
비교적
bows
최근
are a
발견된 기술이다.
relatively recent discovery.
다행스럽게도
Fortunately,
일전에 거쳐온
Jacob
J사나 D사는
and Deco
황금가지에 특별한 관심을
didn't
두지
have
않았어.
much interest when we visited their districts.
그래서
That
뒷골목에
is why
장애물이
those
어슬렁거리거나
facilities
변변치 않은
were
것들이
populated
조직을
by
만들어
no more
점령을 했지.
than back streets, miscreants, or ragtag syndicates.
하지만
However, there are wings that have caught wind of their existence and value early,
지금 우리가 있는
like Keiko,
K사처럼
whose tooth we're in right now.
하지만 K사에 있었던 황금가지는 우리가 이미 얻은 거 아니었어?
1 second, I need a drink. But I thought we'd already taken the golden bow here in Keiko's nest.
하나의 날개에 하나의 황금가지만
I never thought that there were any rules.
같은데.
That they say only one bow may exist in a district. That's true.
로보토미 지부는
The distribution of lobotomy copes branch facilities is more complicated than you'd expect. They can be found everywhere, spread quite literally like tree branches. How these... That's interesting. I don't think I personally had made a connection between the golden bows and lobotomy cope, but it sounds like this. Like technically we'd found one in lobotomy cope. We didn't succeed in getting that one ourselves, but we had in fact found it there. I hadn't personally made a connection that it had a connection to that, though. The relationship with Alicope is a bit complicated, admittedly. Here. Which, at least so far, these games you can say that about a lot of things being a bit complicated. Though I do like that, actually.
저희 집
Like
지하실과
how
연결되어
one
있던
was
것처럼 말이죠.
connected to our estate's basement.
황금가지에 대한 소유권은 아직까지 명확히 정의된 바가 없다.
That's something I feel like, if I'm remembering correctly, we were kind of wondering about on a stream back when we did it. I'm glad I didn't forget just because of the break between the streams and stuff. But we were wondering when we were doing stuff in Sinclair's basement and all, we were wondering how did an abnormality get in here, who, and this very specifically essentially specifies that it was an Alicope branch. It wasn't some outside thing, it was an Alicope branch connected to his basement. The distribution of Lobotomy Cope's branch facilities is more complicated than you'd expect. They can be found everywhere, like how one was connected to our estate's basement. Yeah. Huh. Okay. There also haven't been any clear definitions about who owns the bows,
그렇기 때문에
which is why everyone's been playing by the primitive rule that the first finders of a bow are its keepers.
뭐 잠들어 있는 보물은
Well, that's how it usually goes with slumbering treasures.
그래서
In that case, are you telling us that we've accepted the request to own ownership of a golden bow?
정확히는
To be
그쪽에서 거래를
exact,
제안해온
they
거지.
made the offer first.
우리로서는
Since a
황금가지가
golden bow is on the line, we have
없었겠네.
no choice. I get it now.
그러니
Thus,
이
I
얘기를
don't know how
언제까지
many
반복해야
times I
할지
have to
모르겠지만
remind you of this,
의뢰인에게
but
밉보이는
do
행동은
not do
하지
anything
말고.
to aggravate the client. By the way,
자, 그럼
now then,
목적지에
keep
도착할
your
때까지
mouths shut
닥치고
until
있도록
you're there.
늘 하던 대로
All
말이야.
as usual.
단테 씨가 무언가를 말하려는 것 같았어.
Dante seemed to have something to say. And to be fair, Virgilius, you're telling them to keep their mouths shut. Dante doesn't actually have a mouth to keep shut. They can speak without opening a mouth, so, this works out. This works out. Thank you, Faust.
미안하게 됐습니다. 단테.
Sorry about that,
내가
Dante.
그런 것에
I
일일이
do
반응해
hope
준
you
건데
understand that it's
여간 익숙한
quite
일은 아니니까
cumbersome to
말입니다.
grow used to the concept that the ticking of a clock can be something to respond to. So what are the golden bows used for anyway? There's no way we're getting an answer to that now. When I think about it, all we were told was a vague order to collect them and nothing about what the company plans to do with them. There's no way they're telling us.
그가 황금가지의 쓰임새에 대해 묻고 있군요.
They're asking about the purpose of the golden bows.
드디어 반출하는 것을
I see you finally began to ruminate on the subjects, Manager Dante. Here you are, growing curious about the company's plans.
그렇다면 이
Then I ought to
경제에도
aid your
친절한
management
설명을
as a
통해
guide by providing kind explanation. Maybe we are getting there. I still doubt it. I still doubt it. Maybe we are, but the golden bows.
말 그대로 가집니다. 줄기에서 뻗어나가고자 하는 부분이 있다면
Why did it start playing
그것을
silly music
가지라고
just now?
부르지요. 그리고 그 가지는 황금색으로 빛나죠.
Started playing the silly music. Okay, anyways, he's speaking. They are branches, as their name suggests. That's what we call stems growing from the trunk of a tree. These ones happen to have a golden glow. That tells us nothing right there. That can only mean one thing. Don Quixote is going to pop in. Ooh! I said the a moment too soon. Oh, Sooth! Don Quixote was the only one responding passionately to this information. Thanks to the exchange, he painted me as an ignorant bloke who doesn't even know what a brunch is. Radia shrugs at me as if to chaff me for expecting an answer. Yeah, I called it. I said we weren't getting an answer. Came across the stream looking for something to try later. This is... I'm excited. I am very excited. I hope you have a good time drawing it. But I'm really excited because I think we're getting more Yisane. We're getting Yisane stuff this Canto. I could have gotten it confused. I think we're getting Yisane stuff. And I know like barely anything about Yisane. So that's exciting for me.
베르, 길이 막혔어. 돌아가야 해.
Luke, the road is blocked. Should I go around it?
막혔다고요?
It's blocked?
막다른 길은 이상한데.
Strange that there's a blocked road. This is in the middle of K-Cope's nest. Too. It's unlikely that there's a scene. Wow. Before Ishmael could finish her sentence, a dull thud at the window interrupted her.
방금 버스에 부딪혀서 튕겨져 나간 거 사람이었지?
Something just got flown at the bus and boinked off. That was a person, wasn't it?
40대 초반으로 보이는 남성.
A male individual who appears to be in his early 40s. There seems to be a serious injury in his occipital region. He had already died before the impact. Honestly, you could have skipped that all and said the body of a guy. Or just somebody's body. A body, a corpse.
그래, 단순한 소동은 아닌 듯하고.
Yeah, he sure doesn't seem like the average. No, I mean, yeah, in the scuffle. I misread, but no.
해결할 수 있는 문제라면 해결한 후
Pit stop.
다시 돌아오고.
If it's a problem you can handle, come back after you're done.
그럴 수 있는 문제가 아니라면?
And what about if it isn't?
해결이 될 때까지
The clock will have to spin until it's been dealt with. That is a threat right there. That's one elegant way to tell us to go die 1,000 deaths. It is.
그럼
Now then,
전원 하차.
after the bus.
왜? 어차피 이렇게 말할 거 아니었어? 대신 말해준 거잖아.
What? Weren't you about to say the same thing anyway? Saved you the trouble.
기대되네요. 이번엔 또
I
어떤
just
모험이
can't wait.
우리를 기다리고
What
있을까요?
adventures are in store for us this time? Okay, that's a reasonable thing to say. Half the time when he speaks, though, I expect more unreasonable things out of his mouth.
일이라면 간다.
We'll just do that.
벌써 화끈하네.
버스 너머로 봤다시피 이곳은 둥지 한복판입니다. 예상치 못한 소동과는 거리가 제일 멀어야 할
And Lou is
장소죠.
sometimes normal, but mostly he's very rich. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I see. This is back to the scene we saw part of at the very start there. Okay. As you saw through the bus, we are in the middle of a nest, a place that should be the furthest from unexpected trouble.
아, 그렇다는 건 진기한 소동이라는
that-
뜻인가요?
Would that mean this is a precious commotion? Everyone except drowsy Hanlu was tensed up, carefully observing what was going on. Hanlu could have very easily been unbearable if they didn't make him entirely sincere all the time. That is actually a really good way to look at it, honestly. I hadn't looked at it that way. Is that? Someone was running our way, and I hear it from the other side. The civilian was too hurried to look ahead. They bumped into the sinners and fell to the ground. Don't go that way!
안심하시오.
Come now! You may rest easy. We have galloped hither to save innocent lives, such as yours, for we are...
영웅 같은 건 아니니까 쓸데없는 말은 하지
We have
마시죠.
no such things as heroes, so please don't say anything unnecessary.
어이, 우린 저
Oi,
앞으로 가야
we
돼.
need to cross here. If you're here to stop us for nothing, then I'll give you a taste of this bat. That was not quite the typical Heathcliff voice that I do. That's a little... It might take me a little bit to get some of the voices back to the ones I normally do for listeners, since it's been a little bit of a break. Looking at Heathcliff's intimidating face and Ishmael's frowned expression into the civilian seemed to take a moment to consider which would be more of a threat. There's something ahead, something that shouldn't be real. I think that's right for the running the civilian is new. I don't remember that when I played the game. Oh, that's kind of cool of them to add a update OLED content without and stuff like that.
뭔지는 모르겠어요.
I don't know what it was. I've never seen anything like it. Everyone was screaming and running and people rolling on the floor, set on fire.
앞에 있던 것이
Did
인간의
the
형태가
entity
아니었나?
you witnessed have a form that does not resemble a human? You're right. That's right.
사람이 아닌 것이라면
Then if it isn't a person... Keeping the suspected possibilities in our minds, we headed for the center of the disturbance.
이게 어떻게 된 일이죠?
Whoa! Look at this! Whoa, 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 whoa! What is this? Is this two pouts? Like, there's this pout, but then there's also this pout. Are those connected? Oh, is that one thing eating another? What is going on? Oh, potentially both. Ooh, whoa. What's going on here?
그 뒤틀림인지 뭔지일 수도 있는
It
거
could
아니야?
be a
치킨집처럼.
distortion of whatever, no? Like that chicken place. No, that's different. That one is an abnormality, not a distortion. I'm sure of this. Somehow.
단테 씨가 말씀하신 대로
As Dante
환상체의
suggested,
확률이
that
없습니다.
entity is likely to be an
관리자는 느낄 수
abnormality.
있으니까요.
Our manager is able to sense it. But then why is an abnormality in the middle of a nest?
파우스트도 보고 받아본 적 없는 현상이네요.
It's a
대부분의 로보토미
phenomenon
지구들은
of which
몰락과
Faust has
동시에
never
지구
been
폐쇄를
notified.
진행했어요.
Most lobotomy cope facilities were shut down as soon as the ruin was dissolved. I was reminded of the site of burial Yuri told us about, but I quickly shook off those gloomy memories.
설사 그 사이에 환상체가 탈출을
Even if an
했더라도
abnormality
적어도
did
이번 작전
break
직전에
out in the
보고가
meantime,
있었어야 타당해요.
there should have been a report informing us of such a fact before the mission. How much blunt did you bring? I brought my Leo Association Burner team. That's what I currently
예시
have.
씨가 저런 광경을 확인하지
I
못했을
don't
것이라고
know how much
생각하기는
blunt that is.
어려우니까요.
It's hard to imagine that the LCC but have been unable to notice if such an event actually occurred.
저기 있는 사람들은 K사 쪽에서 파견된 직원들일까요?
Could they be the security staff that gets sent by K-Cope?
환상체를 제압하고 있다기보다는 그냥 무참히
Rather than
짓밟히고 있는데.
suppressing the abnormality, they're just getting completely wrecked.
마치 대사지구에서 신나게
Sort
쥐어봤던
of takes me back to the time when we got beat bad in D-Cope's district.
아니, 전에 닭집도 그러더니
Hey,
회사는
come
원래 이런
on.
거야?
The chicken
이제 이런 식의
restaurant
환영
guy
인생을
goes
사용하고 싶은데.
cuckoo, and now this? I'm really over this kind of nest K welcome. Right as they complained. God, bloody! Debris created by the rampaging abnormality nearly grazed past us. What the hell are you doing? Just watching from here won't do us into any of us any good.
뭐 저리
It'll
곤죽행이라고.
crush us all to a pulp.
단단히 착각하고 있는 모양인데.
You're
저
gravely
제정신 아닌 꼬맹이가
mistaken.
매일 짓거리는 헛소리에
Have that
세뇌라도
insane
당한 건가?
brat's daily ramblings finally managed to brainwash you?
정신 나간 꼬맹이가 어디 있는 곳이오?
Oh, Hawk, I prithee, who dost thou mean by this insane brat?
길잡이는 분명 소란이 해결된 후에 돌아오라 했지.
The guide only
우리가 직접
instructed
나서라고
us
말한 적
to
없었다.
return once the commotion has been dealt with. He never ordered us to deal with it
아니,
ourselves.
넌 뭘 그렇게
Actually,
개같이 빙빙 꼬아 생각하는 거냐?
Oh, goodness sake! What's there to be so damn obtuse about?
방금 못 봤어?
Didn't you
내
see what
대가리가
just
터질
happened?
뻔했잖아.
It almost
우리한테
blew my
뭔
head
굴뚝이 튈 줄
off!
알고.
Who knows what else will happen if it keeps up?
다 두드려 패버리면 끝날 일.
This'll be over if we just
버스
beat
깔고
this
구경할까?
damn thing
시간
down.
끌면서?
What else do we got? Pouking a seat to keep watching and gobbling some chicken, huh?
임무와 직결되지 않은 싸움에 구태여
There's no
목숨을
need to
저당잡을
waste
필요는
our
없다는
lives
말이다.
on fights unrelated to our missions.
너희 같은 우물들은
I'm
느끼지
sure you
못했겠지만
filth didn't even realize, but here's the thing.
죽는 횟수가
The more you
겉될수록
die, the
전투의
less
효율도 조금씩
efficient you
떨어져간다.
become in a battle.
겪어본 고통일수록
Experiencing a
더
certain
두려워지는
pain
법이니까.
will make you learn to fear and avoid it.
하지만 앞에서
People
사람들이
are dying over there as we
죽어가고
speak, though.
시간은 걸리고 희생은 많겠지만
Although it will
언젠가
cost
제압해내겠지.
much time and
바로
many
우리처럼.
lives, they will eventually surpass it just as we do.
그리고 죽을
And
때마다
I
누나
must
찾으며
say,
울던 녀석
I didn't expect a
몸소 희생을
whining
자처할 줄은
amateur
몰랐고.
who'd cry out for his parents whenever he died to willingly just self-sacrifice.
이제 죽는 것 따위는 우스운가
That has become a triviality to you, hasn't it?
수감자들 사이에서
If we
최적의
must make
판단을
the
내려야
best
한다는
decision between
미타의
the
말이
sinners,
맞다.
it's right to listen to her. We're not fixers and we certainly cannot be heroes. Tuning the clock obviously hurts whenever I do it, and the pain is something I can never get used to. And yet, we should suppress it. I can't logically explain why, but I feel like we should.
시계 대가리에 너도 똑같은 헛소리를
I'd
했다면
have
시계처럼
crushed
웃기게
that clock
뛰쳐나갔어.
and run out there if you gabbled the same rubbish, clock face.
결정이라면
If that is
따르겠습니다.
your decision, I will abide by it.
그래 뭐 잘한 선택일 거야.
Yeah, right. I'm sure you made the right call.
저
Yeah,
그렇게 판단해 주셔서
thank you for
감사해요.
making that decision.
별것도 아닌 일에 쓸데없이 잡생각이 많군 시계.
You worry too
예술가는 못
much
되겠어.
over little things, clock. You won't be an artist.
다른 누구도 아닌 당신을 위한 결정이었습니다, 관리자님.
This judgment was made for none other than you, executive manager. The sinners walk ahead after leaving me comments, while all the others moved forward. Faust remained and gave me a peculiar stare. I already can't wait for Canto 10, to be honest, because Canto 9 was so peak. Canto 9 was the... I saw its name just a few minutes ago. I can't remember now. I said its name. Can't remember the name. No. What is it? You think my judgment was inefficient? The Anna-Severin. That's right. Yeah. Canto 9 gave my favorite NPC most screen time, so I had the most fun. Ooh, nice.
아니요. 모든 기억을
No,
되찾은 당신이
I just thought it would be interesting to see how you react once you've reclaimed your memory. Oh! Ah, giving us hints? Faust's strange statement held me in a place for a moment. But I decided I want to deal with the questions that are immediately ahead of me first. So now I hate roaches slightly more. Ooh. I don't like creepy crawlies. Faust, I've been wondering for a while. Are you really okay with him being treated like this, considering your talent and everything? Someone of your caliber should have no problem enjoying a luxurious life in the city.
파우스트는 괜찮아요. 그리고 인재라는
Faust
말은
doesn't mind.
파우스트에게 적합한
Additionally,
단어는 아닌 것 같아요.
talent feels like the incorrect word to describe Faust.
인재는 다수가 될 수 있지만
Money can possess
파우스트는
talent,
다수에 포함되고
but
싶지
Faust
않으니까요.
does not want to be included in the money.
수감자 중에 가장
Among the
상식적인
sinners, if we were looking for a
인재에게
talented individual
이상 씨가
of the
있겠네요.
most commonly
참고로 저는
agreed definition, that would be Isane. For your information, I am a genius. Isane stops walking behind the others and turns around to face me. Looking again, his eyes actually stare into the emptiness behind me. I'm really curious because I feel like I know like nothing about Isane.
그렇지 않소. 나는
I am no such individual.
날개짓을 멈춘 지 오래요.
I have long stopped fluttering my wings. I haven't gotten to reading wings. Wings is what you saying is from. I haven't gotten to reading it. I don't even know where I should get wings. The wings is like 40 pages, but it's really interesting. I also so I'm currently reading through Don Quixote because I haven't been going through their stories and their stories in any particular order. Other than we had a poll for which one, and Don Quixote won that one, and so I'm reading through it. Part of me wonders maybe I should go and read Wings before I finish Don Quixote. I know it's available online, possibly in some libraries. Yeah, I need to find it. I think I need to maybe take a break from Don Quixote and read the Wings, probably. Yeah, maybe.
그러니 재능을 논하는 것은 무용한
Also, Isane is based on that of
관리자.
the Venus, but that work is what the game often references most. Yeah, so I read, it has to have been a handful of weeks ago. I read, I was looking at a Reddit thread from the Limbus Company subreddit about related to the Venus, and someone was saying like if you really want to understand, you're saying you should read a bunch of the Arthur's works, and it's like that sounds cool to me, but I don't know if I have the time to commit to like reading a bunch of the Arthur's work. Just the main one is more like what I'm thinking of. And if I have time later, maybe more. The Venus is available at... Oh, no. Yeah. Let me type that in Google so I... Helps to type the correct letters, by the way. Don't know if anyone's noticed this before. Interesting phenomenon. One of the tap search results is from the subreddit. I see you, Clownfish Yankago. Thanks for dropping in. Okay, but anyway, I haven't read this line yet. As it would be of no use to discuss my talent, manager. Curiously enough, I find that some sinners feel more distant as we spend more time together.
저 날아다니는 기계는 뭐지? 아까부터 거슬려. 113
What's that
3000번째
flying
하고
machine?
있는
That's been irking me. Got the urge to SID for the 3000th time to slaughter indiscriminately deaths. I don't know.
저건 드론이라 불리는 것이요.
That is a device called a drone.
아, 어쩌면 K사에서
Oh,
저희를
they
도와주기
might be
위해 파견한
combat
전투용
drones.
드론일지도
Keiko
모르겠네요.
sent to help us.
K사는
The
기술이
Venus
평균
seems to
수준
be
이상으로
above
발전한 군주가
average in
보니까요.
terms of technology.
아니요. 생김새를
No,
보아하니
viewing
전투
its
기능을 따로
design, it
마련되어
doesn't
있지는
appear to
않아요.
be equipped
그리고
with combat
가운데 카메라가
functionalities.
달려있군요.
It also has a camera at the center.
뭐 잘 사는 도시에 이런 난장판이 벌어졌는데
Well, I
카메라들이
guess it makes
몰래만도
sense to
하겠네요.
take a close look at the mess happening in a well-off nest. Abashed Ishmael mumbled.
우리도 그럼 뉴스라는 거.
Will we be featured on the thing called the news? Slice it down. That lines up.
그런데 이 드론들
Wait,
왜
something's up.
왜 시체랑
Why
죽어가는
are
사람들만 찍고 있는 거예요?
Only filming corpses and dying people.
자극적인 쪽으로
Well,
시선을
it's
돌리는
the
건
provocative stuff that draws more attention, doesn't it?
이만큼 끔찍한 사고가 일어났다.
Look at this terrible
이런
incident.
거잖을까?
See how morbid it is? Or something like that.
하지만
What does she mean by the thing called the nurse? That's a strange way to put it. It's funny some of the ways Don Quixote describes things in this. It's unclear how well educated Don Quixote is, which is especially interesting considering the character in the original Don Quixote is, well, no, maybe sheltered is the right word. How well sheltered? Oh, I don't know. It is tough to read Don Quixote in some ways, as far as certain things. She's extremely educated in a few very specific areas like fixes. That much is clear. The Don Quixote from the original story it was super well intricated. Interestingly enough, one of the things I've found funny so far when reading it through the story is when he corrects people, and like he does this in a way that's almost kind of nerdy, kind of what I would think nowadays as being like a nerdy thing to despite being this knightly guy. He like someone says like, oh, I was did it, and they say a word and when really they mean like a similar word but not quite that word, and he corrects them to the word they mean, and they're like, ah, sure, whatever.
잠깐 꼬맹이, 앞에.
Hold up, kiddo, in the front of you. Ouch.
이상하잖아요.
This is definitely weird. Sinclair,
이것 봐요. 왜 저를 계속 찍고 있는 건데요?
look at this thing. Why does it have its camera glued to me? Yeah, I think it is a bit close.
난 혼 없는 관객은 좋아하지 않아.
I don't appreciate a soulless audience.
수가 적지 않다. 그리고 이 드론
There's a considerable number of them, and those drones,
환상체가 날뛰는
they
지역에
appear to
접근하지
be
못하도록
deliberately preventing us from entering the area where the abnormality is.
그럴 리가. 도와주러 온 사람한테 굳이 나서서 방해를.
Can't be. We're here to help, so they'd have no reason to get in
하겠어.
our way, right? Now the drones have started lining up and foaming a wall, as if to stop us from proceeding any further.
안녕하십니까. 시민 여러분의 안전을 위해 10m 이상 물러나 주시기를 바랍니다.
How is this one?
Greetings, citizens. Please keep 10 meters of distance for your own safety.
K사의 직원들이
K-Corp's staff has been dispatched. Your safety is assured. Please keep 10 meters of distance.
아니, 그러니까 그 잘난 너네 직원들이 다 뒤져가고 있다니까?
No, look, your staff is being slaughtered over there. Can't you see?
안녕하십니까. 시민 여러분은 안전합니다.
Greetings, citizens. Your safety is assured. Please keep 10 meters of distance.
애초에 말이 안 되는 방송이에요. 이런 난장판에서 고작 10m 이상
The
물러난다고
instructions make no
안전하시겠어요?
sense. What difference is 10 meters going to make in this mess?
쓸데없는 짓거리를 하는구만.
Not gonna do us any favors, huh?
고장이 났던 설계가 잘못된 것이다.
Don't know if they're
일단 놈들을 전부
malfunctioning or just
격출해야
badly
방해만
designed.
상처한테 붙을 수
But
있겠어.
we'll have to get rid of all of these before we can get to the abnormality. Okay. Time to fight some drones. Okay, first choice here.
제 불을 따라오십시오.
Set them on fire!
조식 1번.
More fire, more burn, more flame.
꿰뚫은 줄도 모를걸.
There and very nice, very nice.
잘 타는 거.
괜히 저항하지 마요. 괜찮아. 이젠 안 아플 거야.
Okay. I think we can just erase that one drone left. Have you read the social books for many of the sinners? Yeah, so actually when we started this game we went over which ones I had already read, and since we've been playing it I've been walking through them. Let me pull up a list of them.
두드려 패고 꿰뚫는다.
Walking through the ones I haven't read, and I'm perfectly
빙수 같은 거.
welcome to go through where we are with that. Now, let me actually pull up our characters. Oh, I see. So, I've read Dante's Inferno. I haven't read the other ones though, but I've read Dante's Inferno that they and Virgilius are both from. I've also, funny enough, read. I've translated. Back in school, I translated poetry from the author of Virgil into English. From Latin, which is... maybe it's neither here nor there, I don't know. Grago... Actually, I can just go to the sinners here, right? Grago, I hadn't read when we started playing, but I have since read his story. Otis I read before we started playing the game. I have not read Sinclair's. Why do they have them in a different order on this than on the wiki page I'm looking at the same time? That's weird. Oh, though the wiki page just started playing out an ad. That's fun. Radia, I have not read hers yet, though I've had Crime and Punishment on my reading list since before we started playing the game. I have read Moby Dick. Heathcliff, I have not gotten to reading, though I intend to. Hanlu, I can't even actually remember what Hanlu's story is, but I have not read Hanlu's. I read The Stranger, the Musos. I have read Ryoshu's Right, Palace Screen. That one was interesting. Don Quixote's, we've been through this, I'm currently walking through, and I read Faust. Personally, I read Metamorphosis, Halliscreen, The Winds, Moby Dick, Dante's Inferno, The Stranger, Damien, and I read The Camelias, which is a book and a new character is based on. I read Wuthering Heights as well, I forgot. Hanlu is based on A Dream of Red Chamber, which is the longest one out of all of them. Okay, you might put that one off then. If it's the longest one out of all of them. Especially considering some of these are in fact rather long. How it's been years since I actually read that Odyssey. How long is that Odyssey? Okay. Not that long, but long. I haven't read either, but I purchased Metamorphosis and Moby Dick over the holiday season. I will say, I've said this before. I didn't much like Moby Dick. It's not the worst, but I didn't. The story itself is fine. I didn't like the author's style. It's really intriguing. Read ancient Chinese culture, simultaneously very modern and very well old. Yeah. Anyways, back to this. Yeah, I might read the wings soon.
움직이는 먹인자. 재밌겠군.
I am a little concerned with this bull, because I do know Moby Dick is set during a very interesting period of history and appeals to my love of maritime history and the ocean, so it was bound to be. I do like the actual story. I don't like the author's writing. Actually, let me check something. Because I don't want to give incorrect information, so I'm doing a quick... Oh, no. The thing I was thinking is incorrect. I just didn't like the style. We should check this. Okay, we don't actually have a lot of information, though it does Boone. I can respect it for doing Boone. I like Boone. I really like Boone. Okay, we're fighting the drones at the same time. Ah. I'm going to have Radia, who is generally my most powerful of these characters. I think focus on the ball a little, and we'll also throw Hanlu over there and have the others try to assist with these, try to do these drones a bit. Something. It's neat seeing you use a Baron team. For this, I didn't have a proper status team at all until Canto 6. I was mainly bleed. I think I got extremely lucky because
부드럽게.
fire and Baron and stuff is like my favorite thing. Well, it's up there. There's a lot. It's one of my favorite play styles in the game, setting things on fire, and I got lucky and kinda. It's not the best Baron team, but it's a pretty decent run, I think. Like, I still, honestly, I don't feel like I've done that many pulls in this game. But, at this point yet. That's not good. Now I'm torn because, like... He was annihilated by the bull, clearly. I'm a little torn now. Do I go for a strategy focusing more on fighting the bull? I'm not sure. And the thing that I'm currently thinking about is generally in this type of thing in games, I like to take out the small monsters that first. That's my instinct, and then go back to the boss. I don't know if that is the correct instinct here, though. Huh.
부드럽게.
I mean, we've just got to try it. Only thing to do, really.
야, 아이고.
Okay. The drones aren't taking as much damage as I was hoping. Right, yeah, you hit the ball. Everyone else is going to go for a drone. We need to take these out.
단번에 끝낸다. 괜히 저항하지 말고 받아들여. 그게 덜 아플걸?
Ouch.
잣더미에 깔리는 게 내가 될 줄은.
This is going downhill quickly. And in fact, it's looking really bad. Is that silly? Okay, so I think I should use that. It casts SP, but it heals SP too. Canto is pretty well known for the sudden difficulty spike, especially with the later boss. I actually do remember hearing about that. It's unfortunate I didn't remember that before the stream.
잘 풀리지 않고 있습니까?
초식 1번.
눈부시지 않다고 두려워하지 마라.
So he used 30 sanity, regained 25 as well, which is technically an atlas, but it's not as bad as some could have been. And things are looking bad, so... Is he going to die or get staggered, he just gets staggered. Oh, fantastic!
자연스러운 것입니다.
Amazing! Oh no. I was wrong, he didn't get staggered. They say they used regenerate. Those people. I don't think we're succeeding this time. We'll have to retry. I will try a different strategy going into it.
초식 1번.
Like, the only time I use win rate is when there's just like one little enemy left with nothing to target. Then it's like, sure. And certainly not when that one enemy's the best. But this is really bad. I wish I could tell you that since my last stream, I've been farming resources in the game and stuff, but I actually haven't done much since the last stream because of the holiday season and stuff, which is not good at all. I mean, the holiday season was good.
따뜻한 차가 마시고 싶어요.
갓.
Kill it, come on. Two people left, but we got this. Oh, we've got them on the ropes here. You know, they won't know what hits them.
제 불을 따라오십시오. 잘 풀린 것 같습니다.
Don't speak yourself up too much about it. That's the brazen bull's job. How correct you are.
초식 1번.
Okay, before doing anything about changing teams, I wanted to try a different strategy. Obviously, changing teams could greatly change up how the fight plays out, but I want to try a different strategy with my Burner team because it's how I am. I like to try to make certain build or teamwork in the games.
괜찮습니다. 문제점을 파악했습니다.
And we may even, if I could try a support, but I want to try my team again.
화끈하네.
I see if some better strategy could. Oh, a different strategy. Also, do I have any more information about it now? Oh, don't use red on it. That's not very good for me. But light blue's great. I have a little light blue. Oh, the next banner coming Wednesday might actually be a Baron character, I believe. You have my attention. Do we know what scenario that would be? Okay, this might be silly. This is not a strategy I've done in any fight before in this game. And I don't think it's generally a good strategy in this game. But I never know if I haven't tried the strategy before in this. And my channel's about experimenting with these things. We have to try things to find out if they're good. We're going to literally focus fire one of the enemies. I actually have extreme doubts about this working out, but I want to try it because I've never tried it before.
부드럽게.
It's Ishmael and the version of who roll
cat.
without a crimson. Oh, the reason I want to try this is because if we can take out a drone, then, I mean, well, obviously we don't have to worry about that for the rest of the fight. And we can focus on... We can... My idea is drone, then focus the ball. Though, conceivably, it could be a better idea to go drone, focus the ball, leaving one drone left. Ishmael has also have another really good. Wait. Helps to spell. I'm trying to Google it. Limbus Company. 1 second. Nope, not that. ID list, not character list. ID list. List of identities. An Ishmael one? I want to look this up really quick. New association. This one. I want more Bionic characters. Okay. I think maybe we focus higher another drone. Though this thing is actually really weak to gloom. I think we hit it with gloom and everyone else at the drone. They're going the same speed, but okay, we focus this one.
제 풀을 따라오십시오.
Isane does as well. Oh, I think I know the Isane one. There's a couple of the Baron IDs that like I really want, but then wait, I want to see, is he dealing any significant damage since it's weak to gloom? I'm not sure. Oh, it might be killing someone right here.
아이고.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, look at the health on those two. Oh, that one's not dead. Okay, that's really lame. I've never noticed this before. What's with those dagger colors? Huh. Weird. Sinclair. My favorite one is the LCE Faust. My favorite one has to be the LC Faust. My favorite boon I don't have here, sadly. We're going to hit the drone there, and then I think after that we just wait. There. Hit the ball and hit the ball.
이대로 가 보자고.
Yep, she took it out just like I wanted. Now we can focus on the ball. We leave one drone.
내 팔은 연에 있었어.
Please don't take out my stagger to people this turn. Please don't do it. Okay. Nice. I think we are focusing entirely on the ball now. In the last we end up with anyone we want to do a wrath attack with, in which case we will do the wrath attack on the drone, because the wrath attack will deal much less damage against the ball. Value branches, specifically Rapture Baron hybrid IDs, are cool conceptually, but they tend to not really be good enough to use on a team of either type. Voice IDs are... I have played with a couple... I think I've played with a couple supports that were hybrid. At least like a couple of them were pretty cool. Though I don't know if they were more of exceptions to the rule, because I mean I certainly haven't played with that man. I need to write a note to myself. I'm writing a note to myself about Wednesday banner, because I need to check that out. I need to remember that. Okay. No one died yet. That's good. I was afraid someone would be dead. I was looking down at my note. I was writing to... let's use Brilliant Glory. We'll hit it with Brilliant Glory. Yeah, guess that's the best we can do, right? Unless we want to use that. Yeah, let's use it. Okay, wait 1 second. This is targeting. This is... there?
초식 1번.
눈부시지 않다고 두려워하지 마.
There's only a handful of IDs in the game that are actively used so bad. Sun Shower. I'm not sure I know which one that is. Sun Shower? Oh, I see Sun Shower.
따뜻한 차가 마시고 싶어요.
Okay. One dead, but I don't think we're not doing nearly as badly we did last time, at least in my opinion here. We need another red and another dark blue. Okay, so we've... No, I mean, it deals significantly less damage, but actually I think we still need all the damage we can get in. To even, it's red, it's resistant to it, but we need red. And then we can use the follow-up. Just please don't kill a Gregor here. I need to check its passives, actually. Last time I checked its passives, I wasn't able to see its passives because we hadn't discovered them yet. Stop killing my people. Oh, what? Oh, that's actually kind of worrying that I still can't see its passives. Oh, you staggered Grago, you meanie. Don't want to use that, it uses red. Actually... No, it's not targeting Grago. Okay, perfect.
조심 1번.
Keiko camera is there for moral support. Yeah! I don't think that one's doing that much. I think the strategy has kind of worked out, taking out 2 of them and leaving just 1 there. I think that's worked out. Okay, Grago. Your time has come. You know, I actually do wonder what corroding this does. I still haven't actually corroded on Brilliant Glory. I don't think I can remember having corroded. Oh wait, we've got it staggered? Wait. Ah, we might do this. We might do this. Oh, it would be so sad though if we took out the bull and then died to the drone.
단번에 끝낸다.
So also kind of hilarious too.
이 검은 이 명예는 이빨에
There we go.
않을 테니.
There you go. Whoa! What's happened there? Okay. I think we've got this. As long as... See, the ball just kind of went charging around. Half of me is worried that it's just going to randomly, like, charge back into the fight.
제이프를 따라오십시오.
The ball is in pain. It is.
나무 인형만도 못한.
Ah, nice! I didn't need to use the support or anything. That worked out.
겨우 다 처리했네. 설마 이 드론들 우리
The
보고
last of
물어내라고
them.
하진 않겠지?
They aren't gonna make us pay for the damages, are they?
합당한 방어였다고.
I'll try to report
지성에서
that it was an
보고서를
act of
처리했죠.
self-defense.
파우, 내가 말했던가?
Oh,
자기는 정말
darling,
뭐라 해야지.
did I ever tell you this?
아무튼 그거
You're really
짱이야.
just so how do I put it? Iraq.
깨달음이 느리신 편이군요.
You were rather late to realize it.
뭔가 이상해요.
Something feels
환상체요.
strange about
평소와는
this
다른 느낌이
abnormality. Doesn't quite feel like the others we've thought.
평소라고 할 만큼 많이 겪은 건 아닌 것 같지만
Not sure if we even have that much experience in that department, but well, I guess there's the crowd around us shouting and yelling.
어떻게 된 거야 이 환상체들?
What's up with these abnormalities? How do they show up in the middle of a nest? And how did they get more horrifying? And I've seen that one in the mirror dungeon a few times too. Never in a fight though. This is one of the few times Faust seems to actually vibe with the sinner, and of course it's when the sinner is saying that she's awesome. Yeah. Come to think of it, what was the deal with those abnormalities in the mirror dungeons that didn't fight
우리가
us?
본 건 거울 던전의 균열을 통해서 엿본 환상체의
Those were
심상자.
glimpses into the abnormalities' mental spaces and habitats are viewed through cracks in the mirrored world.
그것은 굉장히 좁고도 불안정한 균열이요.
It is a chasm incredibly narrow and unstable,
맞아요. 그래서 한정된
Indeed.
상호작용만 가능했던
which
거죠.
only allowed for limited interaction.
그딴 건 모르겠고.
Forget that! All I wanna know is, why are these so tough? They were as nasty as what we faced on the railway.
확실히 그러하다.
I'm envious of you, you have the Grago ego I've always wanted. Which one, the Lure Association one, or... Because I think that's the one I was using there. I'm having fun with the Lure Association one. That is certainly true.
게다가 환상체에게서
Besides,
떨어지는
what is this
이
sickening
기분 나쁜
fluid
액체는
dripping
뭐죠?
from them? As the sinews pointed out, the abnormalities here were clearly different from what we've encountered before. Yes. This is... It oozes a mysterious liquid with a blue glint. Is that what is making them different?
성분을 검토할 시간은 없으니
We
최대한
have no
신지와
time
닿지
to
않게
analyze
해야겠어요.
its constituents. So we should be careful not to come in contact with it.
알아.
Eesh.
묻히면서 그럴 생각이
No
없다고.
need to tell me. I'm not about to smudge myself with that.
야,
Oh,
이것들
wait.
어디서 뭐 잘못 줘
Did
먹은 거
these
아니야?
things eat bad food off the floor or what? It's like they've got rabies.
히스클리프 씨! 드디어!
Above you, Mr. Heathcliff! Heathcliff was knocked to the ground, unable to resist.
관리자님, 아무래도
Manager,
고생 좀
it
하시겠네요.
looks like you have your work cut out for you.
제가 간언했다는 점 꼭 기억해 주시기 바랍니다.
Please remember that I gave you my expostulation, executive manager.
총원, 전투 준비.
Alman, prepare for battle. Figured it would come to this. I've come too far to be afraid of pulling Dad Sinews back to life. Let's beat him and head back.
두드려 패고 꿰뚫는다. 이게 우리 사과지.
Okay.
아 덥다. 뭐 시원한 거 먹으러
Oh,
가는
we
거
like
어때?
skipped through
빙수
the...
같은 거.
Wait, what's the deal with that? We skipped past... What? Are these optional? Oh, did we do these? I don't think we did those. No, we didn't. Because these ones have the rewards claimed. These ones, if I click on them, they have clear rewards. Here, what is this? It has like fast track, fast forward heroes on them. This is the wiki. Why am I searching Lobotomy Corporation? Limbus Company. Faux-Faux? What's Faux-Faux? No, I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm just going to do the next one, if I'm honest. The current average level of your deployed identities is lower than the recommended. Yeah, I don't actually have the staff to level up the map more. I could do a support. Oh, I could just try it. My average level is 29 while the recommended is 30. Thing is, if I do a support, the support might just carry it and remove any difficulty, which I'll be honest, I don't want it to remove any difficulty. Still no passives known in there. We want to avoid using Wrath on it. Though Wrath is still useful for instance, on Brilliant Glory. So,
초식 1번.
So what I think it is that those two nodes were two optional fights. That's what I'm gathering at least, but I'm not certain. Okay, staggered character. But we did deal a chunk of its health and damage, that's good. I want to go here, and I think there. No egos to use yet. Oh, whoops. I pressed the round button on my thing. I sometimes mute while I'm getting a drink to get rid of the noise that makes, not always, and then instead I pressed my beep button. Why don't we do Unbrilliant Glory? I really should try see what corroding it does sometime. We will go here and here and oh. Yeah.
제풀을 따라오십시오.
Yeah.
눈부시지 않다고 두려워하지 마.
Okay. We need 2 more blue and red, okay. Maybe we use this. Share. Wait. Had. The had is now a target. That's interesting, we don't know any of its resistances. Huh. Okay. Well, we're going to try targeting the head with red because we don't know. We'll go there. There.
단번에 끝낸다.
Ouch. It's just staggered red, yeah. Mean.
야, 아이고.
Ah, 2 characters staggered, not good. We still need another blue. Do we have any weakness information on the head now? Not particularly. New. Oh, at the end of the turn, if the unit has 3+ unresolved tower, generates a head next turn and changes behavior. At the start, unresolved tower at the start of the turn, gain attack power count by the count. Attack power down by the count at the end of the turn if this effect is 3+, changes to expanding tower. Neat. Well, I think we should try to break its hand. Which sounds mean, I know. Attacking a rat, yeah. Okay, we need to go for these 3. We can let it attack me, so just fine.
제풀을 따라오십시오.
But we don't want it attacking red. Oh wait, I didn't do that right today. I forgot to check speeds to the time. Okay, we need to use the dark blue to get the last point for Brilliant Glory. We also need to not... Okay, we need to hit here and here. Wait. That's not working, is it? I hope it doesn't kill them. There we go.
끝낸다. 잣더미에 깔리는 게 내가 될 줄은.
Wait, what am I lacking? I thought I got the dark blue. Oh, it killed Radia before she could execute her move. Oh. Not good, not good. In fact, I would even hazard to call it bad. I would call it bad, yeah.
제 불을 따라오십시오.
Maybe we'll use a support if it annihilates us.
야, 아이고.
Ouch. Ouch. My people, they're in pain. My people.
초식 1번. 똑바로 서라. 나무 인형만도 못한 거.
Oh. Fantastic, Ed. Killed Grago. So I wanted to use that ego on, that's amazing, isn't it? That's just incredible. Gotta love that.
제 불을 따라오십시오.
균형이 무너졌군요.
We've got this. Not really. No. I don't think so. I mean, maybe. Actually.
초식 1번.
쯧.
Come on.
무불아위.
I mean, it's on fire. Surely the bullet doesn't like being on fire. Maybe that's to our advantage. Hey, we destroyed the hat. That's something. Unfortunately, I don't think it's enough.
초시 1번.
It's so low on health though. Let's get a sliver. Well, it's also wait. Let's get another health bar. Never mind. We need to survive longer, and it just agrees with my opinion on surviving longer.
벌써 부서졌나? 쓸모가 없고.
Oh! No! Yeah, I had it in the bag all the time. Never doubted it for a second. Definitely, yeah. Anyways. That senior address. Yes. Yeah. You're right. I panicked though when I saw that pop up for a moment. As the prolonged cycles of pain came to an end,
현상체 제압이 무사히
the
끝났군요.
abnormality has been
버스로
successfully
복귀해도 되겠어요.
suppressed. We can return to the bus now. It was a success that accompanied many deaths and revivals on our side, but I nodded anyway. We got back on the bus, harboring a few unanswered questions.
예상보다 늦었군.
You came back later than
낮잠이란 걸
expected.
잡을까
I
생각을
was just about to take my first nap in a while. I explained that as we ran into earlier to Virgilius. To be more precise, Faust did the heavy speaking. Yeah, you know, Dante doing the most of the speaking would end up just really echo of Virgil just staring at their clock, just yeah. I think it would be an awkward conversation. I was expecting him to coldly tell me to do my job as the middle manager and follow whatever orders I'm given, but his answer was surprisingly earnest.
환상체라는
The
존재가
existence of abnormalities has been almost completely unknown to the public, and we don't possess all the details on them either, Dante. Didn't think you'd admit it right away. Faust flinched a little, but she didn't relay what I just said.
그런 건
Enigmatic as they are.
쪽에서
Let's leave Miss Faust and the other departments of our proud Limbus Company to uncover all the details in the future, as we likely ought to.
그러죠.
Will do. Was Faust given any time at all to do some sort of research on this job? The mysteries were left unsolved, but if Faust accepted the suggestion without a hitch, that probably means she's thought of a way.
거기 왜 아까부터 자꾸 어깨를
Why
움츠리고 다니는
do
거지?
you have your shoulders hunched over like that?
가뜩이나
You're
조그맣던
short
틈에
enough as you
어깨까지
are,
수그리고
and
다니는
this
거지.
shrunken posture makes you
보이지도
practically imperceptible.
지크프리드님을
Ah.
다시 만날 수 있을 줄 알았어.
I hoped to meet Lord Siegfried again.
지크프리드님이 누구셨더라?
Who was Lord Siegfried again?
한 손으로는 저희를 베어가면서 다른 한 손으로는 기념
Wasn't
사진을
that the
찍었던
man
거
who
아닌가요?
took photos of himself while cutting us down with one hand?
자크프리더.
Right, that Zach Fritcher guy. Ishmael was breathing audibly through her nose. The incident at the checkpoint must have left some deep grudges for her.
본인이 사람들을 구하는 모습
Eager was I to show
보여드리려고
him
했단 말이에요.
my valiant acts of rescuing imperial civilians.
나중에
I vow that I shall meet him again as a fixer of noble cause.
아이 그런 건 오랜 시간이 지난 후 재회해야 감격이 큰 법이야 돈키호테.
Reunions are more touching if it's after a long time, Don Quixote. Try thinking that it's a good thing he didn't show up today.
확실히 어색하긴 하군.
It really is strange, though.
구경꾼이
He's
많은
not
곳에서
one
돈을
to
좀
miss
쌌군.
spectacles with this many spectators around.
흔히 말하는 연예인 같은 분인가요?
Is he kind of like a celebrity then?
비슷한
You
걸
could say that.
그자는
He has a flair
쇼맨십에
of
어떤
showmanship.
K사에서는
So
이럴 때
it's
반드시
usual
내보내지.
for Keiko to take advantage of these kind of commotions by sending him in.
하지만 모든 이마를
But
다 끌 수
if he hasn't shown up for this
사건에서
perfect
가장
opportunity
나타나지
to draw the public's full attention, my guess would be it's that they don't want to draw attention to this incident because having him on the scene would actually draw more attention than having him not on the scene, right? That means this isn't something they want people to notice, yeah.
시크프리드님을 그런 식으로 폄하하지
I
마세요.
shan't take such vicious slander of Lord Siegfried.
그분이 냈던
And the
자서전
fifth row of page 42 of his
마지막까지 웃어야 한다.
autobiography.
페이지 5번째 줄을
A
보면
hero
때와
should
장소를
keep
가리지
smiling
않고
until his
돌아갈
last.
것이라고 써
He
있었어.
writes that he shall be there to aid the weak, no matter when and where.
그래. 그
All
신념
right.
부디 잘
You'd
간직하고
best
있어.
hold such belief of yours dearly.
뭐라도 믿는
That way, you'll have something to cling to
버티는데
when you
도움이
face the
될 테니.
extreme in the future. Fair enough.
타격점이 분명하게 보이더군요.
Oh, nicely done, Mason. You're not often done to deal the majority of the largest part of the damage. We will, actually, since it's the start of a node, this is a decent spot to take a real quick break. Yeah, we'll take a quick break and continue after the break. Yeah, refill my water and such. Oh, also, before we go on the break, if you're enjoying, take a moment to hit like on the stream. It helps a lot. I'd appreciate it. Be right back. Alright, we're back. Let's see where this goes. Honestly, doesn't feel like we've done much of relevance yet to the chapter as a whole. I don't know if what we've done so far has much relation to the greater story of it, but maybe it does. As the futile conversations reached an end, the bus lazily pulled to a stop. We'd arrived in front of a building so tall that it would take a while to count the floors. A few shrank down as if intimidated. I understood Sinclair being one, but Heathcliff and Ishmael also seemed to be pressured. A few looked around with curious eyes, and some others rocked and carried themselves as if they knew they deserved royal treatment.
저희도 인지도라는
I
게
knew
생긴
that would be one
모양이에요.
of them.
이제야 평범한 사람들이 살만한 곳에 초대도 받고요.
To be fair, the one issue with Canto is that there's a lot of fights that don't feel that relevant or necessary. It's a fairly backloaded Canto. Okay. Fair enough. I guess we found some renown. We've finally been invited to places regular people would live. This is he did the thing. He did the Honolulu thing again, where I get partway through reading one of his lines, and then I realize what he's saying and end up embarrassed on his behalf for what he's saying. Yes, this place that we're looking at right here in the background is finally a place that regular people would live. Thank you, Hanlu. Thank you.
말해두는데 지난번처럼 터무니없는 의뢰랑 보수면
Let me make
일에서 빠질 거니까.
Let me make one thing clear. If the request and the reward's a load of cash like last time, I'm out. Heathcliff ground his teeth, whether by Hanlu's words or due to memories of what he got into last time we were here. I feel like it's Hanlu's words. Simply to appear and one of the sweetest sinners, but he is so incredibly ignorant. Yeah.
예상대로 조금 늦으셨군요.
Samjo. I actually have no idea what voice I did for him last time. If I did a voice, I can't remember. You're a little late as expected. As expected?
저자는
Were we planned to take out that abnormality for Keiko? That man is...
다시 만나 뵙게 되어 좋군요. 참고로
It's a
이건
pleasure to
비즈니스용
meet you
멘트가
again.
아니라 진심입니다.
I want you to know that this is my heartfelt sentiment and not a formality. I feel like it is a formality and not a heartfelt sentiment. A familiar face I never expected to see again greeted us.
간다. 말했지?
Fair enough. See ya. Heathcliff, we will make do without you. I'm out. I already told ya. Give it a moment. Let's at least hear what he has to say, okay?
놔!
Let's go! Do you even get how it feels to have nightmares about doing the tango with rat chickens, huh?
사실 지난번 의뢰는 여러분의 역량을
To
테스트하기
tell you
위한
the
사전
truth, my
의뢰였습니다.
last request was a test to measure your competence.
훌륭한 점수로
And you
통과하셨고요.
passed with flying colors.
축하드립니다.
Congratulations.
이것도 진심이에요.
I mean this one as well.
누구 마음대로 테스트를 하고 점수를 줘. 이런
Who are you to test and grade us? You...
그거야 물론
That's of course.
저의 똑소리 나는 비서 삼조 씨 마음이죠.
That's of course at the discretion of Mr. Samjo, my shrewd secretary. So you must be from Limbus Company.
반가워요.
동랑입니다. 삼조 씨한테
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Dan Grain.
뻔했지 뭐예요.
I heard a lot about you from Samjo. It's almost made me a fan.
팬이라였어 방금?
Fan? Didst thou say just now that we have earned thine adoration?
립 서비스잖아 돈키호테.
It's just flattery, Don Quixote.
솔직히 말씀드리자면
I'm being quite honest.
제 생각은
The
아니었어요.
test wasn't my
여러분,
idea.
실험용 닭도
I mean,
아닌데
you
왜
aren't
그러세요?
lab hands or anything, and you deserve better than involuntary tests.
네, 제가 제안했습니다.
Indeed, that was my suggestion.
그야 림버스 컴퍼니는
I
알려진
had
정보가 거의
reason
없는
to do so as your
신생이면서도 아닌 듯한
Limbus Company
정체불명의
is a
회사잖아요.
little known firm that could or could not be newly established.
저희가 동랑님
We
말씀만 덜컥
couldn't
믿고
take the
위험을
risk
감수하면서까지
of
의뢰를
entrusting
맡길 수 없지
an
않겠습니까?
unknown organization with a request that Mr. Dan Grains, well, alone.
그러니까 의뢰를
So that means you're requesting us. Ishmael asked for confirmation that this was indeed a direct request. Her face seeming rather
그거야
proud.
당연하죠. 왜냐하면 당신들은
Why, of course, because you all are.
여기서 이러지 말고 제 연구실
Why
구경하러
don't I
가요?
show you to
재밌는 거
my
많이
lab?
있는데.
There are many fun things to see. Oh, sounds fun. Changing the subject so shamelessly is only gonna bother us more.
동랑님 연구실로 데려가신다는 말씀이십니까?
Sorry,
이자들을요?
are you really going to take these people to your laboratory?
왜? 테스트는 통과했다면서
Why
삼조씨.
not? They passed your test, didn't they, Mr. Samjo?
더군다나 방금
And if
환상체라는
they've got
것까지
the
처리할 정도로
skills to take down
실력자이신
that
분들이라면
what they called an abnormality as we saw today.
알고 계셨어? 역시
Thou hast cured my tracism. Heroic deeds indeed make themselves known to the masses in no time.
말을 재밌게 하네요.
That's a fun way to put it.
당신이
And you
관리자인
must be the manager.
단군이라고 했나요?
It was
잠깐
Dante,
얘기 좀
yes.
가능할까요?
May we speak for a moment? Soda? Faust tried to say something to Dan Grain, but he and Samjo pulled me far away by the time she stepped forward. Oh no. This might be an awkward conversation. I mean, I don't mind, but you two can't hear me anyway.
사실 부끄러워서
I
말은 안
was
꺼냈는데
too embarrassed to bring it up in front of the whole group, but
제 옛날
actually,
친구가 있어요.
one of your employees was an old friend of mine. Oh, who is it?
그런데 그분도 부끄러웠는지
And he
아는
wouldn't
척을 안
give me a
해주시더군요.
nod either.
매우
Perhaps
서운했지만
he was
내 생각은
embarrassed like
얼마나
me.
힘들었던지.
It was a struggle to hide how disheartened I was. Maybe you weren't as close as you thought then. Wait, can you hear my voice?
동랑님, 이분은 정상적인 소통이 불가능한 분입니다.
Mr. John Grain, this individual is unable to communicate normally.
그래서 말하는 거야 삼조 씨. 마치 태엽 달린 인형이 되고 걱정거리를 중얼거리는 꼬마 시절로 돌아간 것 같잖아.
Okay, that's why I'm talking. That's why I'm speaking, Mr. Samjo. It's like I'm back to being a child, muttering my woes to wind-up toys Don't you think? That always a monologue? What are you two even doing?
제가 여러분께
It was mostly because of him that I decided to send my request to you.
아는 사람이
I
더
can
믿음이
trust a
가는 법이잖아요.
familiar person better than a stranger.
보이십니까? 제가 이래서
See?
한치도 방심할
Wait,
수가
no,
없습니다. 정에
See,
흔들리셔가지고.
this is why I can't let my guard down for a second. You're too easily influenced by human attachment.
그러니까 단테 씨는 저와 그 친구 사이는 알아서 잘 딱 깔끔하고
So
있었어요.
let me ask you for a favor. Use your tact and consideration to pretend that you know nothing about the relationship between him and me, okay? You haven't even told me who that friend is. I could only let out a deep sigh and shake my head. The conversation that never got through ended as arbitrarily as it began. This isn't asking a favor. You're giving me a notice.
여긴 연구실 복도입니다. 보통의 일반인이라면
We're at
여기까지밖에
the
못
laboratory
들어오겠지만
aisle. Ordinary visitors would not be permitted to go any further. But since you've been invited by Mr. Dan Gray, I will show you to the interior.
우와,
Wow, I
커다란
hope
회사에서 일해보고
I could
싶었는데
work
말이에요.
at a company as big as this.
그럼 림버스 말고 이런 데 입사
Then
지원해보지
maybe you
그랬어?
could have applied to one. Why didn't you give it a shot?
농담이죠, 로자 씨. 이런 곳은 아무나
You're
못 입사해요.
joking, right, Rodion?
엘리트 중에서도
Not everyone
최정상
can join
엘리트만
these
올 수 있는
companies.
곳이란 말이에요.
This kind of film only accepts the best of the elite.
마치 파우스트 씨나
Like
이성 씨
Faust.
같이.
Oh, Yisane, for example. Ishmael's remark gave me a good opportunity to bring up my earlier question. Yeah, why did you choose to join Limbus Company out of all the options you had? You must have been better places to shoot for. I honestly don't know why most of them would chose to work at Limbus Company, because I'm unfamiliar with how, I feel like I'm unfamiliar with how like any of the others were recruited other than Dante.
저는 파우스트니까요.
Because I am a Faust. That's enough of an explanation. There was a certain energy in her confidently clarifying tone that discouraged me from asking another question, even though it doesn't answer anything. At least a few of them are here because of a criminal record, no doubt, and Hanlu's resume is probably not the best. Yeah. What about you, Yusane?
구태여 돌아묻겠소. 관리자, 그대는 왜 이곳에 입사한 것이오?
Let me take the trouble of asking in return, manager. Why did you join the company you work for? I mean, that's because I had no other
그가
choice.
스스로 답을 내주었구려.
That should sufficiently answer your question. Looks like Ishmael wasn't exaggerating about the qualifications it takes to join this firm. Well... The laboratory was dominated by a stillness that could only be achieved with everyone in total focus.
단테 봤어? 냉장고에
Dante! Look there! You see that?
10개는 슬쩍 해도
The fridge is full of snacks! We could take one. Oh, Tan! They wouldn't notice. And we would break that stillness with nonchalance.
넉넉하게 챙겨가세요.
Take as many as you'd like.
이따가 탕비실
Mr.
간식들
Samjo,
소분으로
pack some
포장해서
snacks from the break room into a small bundle to give them later.
알겠습니다.
Understood?
대박이다, 이스. 지금이라도 나랑 이직 준비할까?
That's awesome! Izzy, maybe we should quit our job to join up here.
다 들려요, 로자 씨.
Everyone can hear you, Radia.
로자 씨, 근로
라디안.
계약에는
The work contract says.
농담, 파우스트 씨.
Joking, Faust. Joking, see.
그럼 이제 의뢰 내용을
Let's move on to the request.
이젠 하다하다 외부인들까지 들여오고.
You're
해서
bringing
번역까지
outsiders
시켜주는
into the
거 아니야?
building now. What are you, a field trip guide, Dungrain?
아 잠깐 실례.
Pardon me for a moment. This is
옆부서
Train.
팀장이자 제 입사 동기인데
She's the manager of the
저한테
department
상처 입히는 말을
next
하기
to
위해
mine and a
찾아온
colleague
것이죠.
who joined the company at the same time I did. Visiting me to hear hurtful words takes up much of her daily routine.
회사에선 네 팀에 할애하는 복지비가
I think
이런
someone's
식으로
got to
낭비되고
point
있는
out the
것에 대해
massive drain on our company's welfare budget that is your team.
아 복지비에 대해 궁금한
If you're
거라면
worried, if you're
올해
wondering
최우수 부서 트로피를
about
받아보면
how we
알수 있을
spend
거야.
our welfare
그치,
budget,
삼재 씨?
you'll see when the Department of the Year trophy is awarded. Right, Samjo?
최우수 부서가 받는 혜택을 전부 이야기하자면
It would take a
날밤을
full
새야 할
day
정도로.
to list the benefits the department's chosen as the best receives.
아, 둘 다 똑같이 재수.
You snobs, the both of you!
라이벌인가?
Is that a
어디가나 잘난
rival?
사람일수록
I do suppose
시간이
excellence is followed by envy wherever it is.
시기는 발전의 원동력이니
Envy
잘난 쪽이 참아줘야죠.
fuels advancement,
어제
as
그
they
파이 가게에서
say.
하시기로 사온 거
So it's only
지금
right
곳에
for us
돌릴까,
to
삼재
show
씨?
a little generosity for those following behind. Should we give some of the pies we bought from that store to Shren's department, Mr. Samjo?
안 그래도 그럴 생각이었습니다. 후추,
I
고추,
was
상추,
planning to
카레
do
맛술.
so. The pepper, chili, lettuce, and kiwi flavored ones specifically.
그것도 맛있겠는데?
That also sounds tasty.
그럼 마저 얘기를 해보자.
Now then, let's get back to the main topic.
소문은 들었어요.
I heard the rumors
황금가지라는
they
유기물을
were
수집하는
about a
신생
newly
회사가 있다고.
formed company collecting organic objects called golden boughs.
그리고
And
그
those
황금가지라는
golden
건
boughs are found
폐쇄된
exclusively
로봇 지부에서만
inside the closed down branch facilities of Lobotomy Co. This is news to me. Okay, exclusively inside closed down branch offices of Lobotomy Co. Not just sometimes, exclusively.
황금가지의 존재는 어떻게 알게 된 거지?
How did you learn about the existence of golden boughs?
얼마 되지는 않았어요.
It
몇 달
was a
전까지
recent
연구실 근처의
discovery.
로보토미 지부 시설을
We'd been
연구실로
using
쓰고 있었다.
Lobotomy Cope branch near our research facility as a lab until a few months ago.
그 끔찍한 곳에 연구소를
You
차렸다고?
set up a lab in that horrible place?
하지만 전부
I
매몰되었다고
thought they
했는데요.
were all buried underground. It's not always found in them, it's sometimes found in rich people's houses too.
뭐 각종
Well,
희귀한
I guess there were real resources and documents they could use.
연구 대상에 환상체도 포함되었던 건가요?
Did the scope of your research include abnormalities?
알아보시는군요.
Why,
연구원이라면 그냥
certainly.
지나칠 수 없는
No
존재죠.
researcher could overlook such intriguing subjects.
그렇다면 연구원이란 건 제가
Researchers must be all soft in the head if that's what they're interested in.
잠깐,
Hold on.
너 설마
When you were
헛소리하면서
mumbling
박대가리한테
rubbish
던진
and
것도-
tossing a rock at one of them chicken heads, did you?
히스클리프 씨는 가끔씩
I will
예상치
say,
못한
Heathcliff,
통찰력을 보여주실 때가 있네요.
unexpected fits of insight surprise me. I will say Heathcliff's unexpected fits of insight surprise me sometimes.
당신들이 우연을 가장하여 뒤틀림을
Kyola
설명해야 하는
doesn't do
상황을
dealing with
만든
a distortion
환상체 연구를
in a
뒷받침해줄 수 있는 정보들을
coincidental
얻기
encounter
위함이었군요.
so that you could gather data for your research on an abnormalities.
아, 우리 삼조 씨는 연기가 영 능숙하지 못해요. 평생을 올곧게만
Mr.
살아와서 그런가.
Samjo here is no good at acting. I suppose it's due to his upright way of life.
이해해 주세요.
Please
저희로서는
understand.
뒤틀림과 환상체
We
차이를
had
명확하게
no
알 시간이
means to clearly distinguish a distortion from an abnormality.
없었거든요. 마음이
A
산산이
person
허물어졌을
distorts when the mind crumbles to figurative
때
pieces.
멋있는 비유였어요.
Was it?
그렇다면
That was a stellar
당신들이
figure of
허물어진 마음을
speech. Did you
원상복귀시키신 건가요?
restore his crumbled mind back to health then?
무너진 마음을 대신 쌓아 올려주는 방법은
There is no
없어요.
way to piece together someone else's broken mind.
길을 가르쳐 드린
We
거예요.
merely showed him the way.
계속 마음을
It was the
주지.
choice of the
그곳으로
restaurant
걸어가지는
owner whether
은동이는
to stay
꿀집
there
사장님의
or to take
선택이었죠.
the path.
와, 당신 정말 많은 걸 아는군요.
You know
제가
so
조금만 더
much.
어렸다면
If I were
훌쩍 뛰면서
just a bit
당신에게
younger,
하이파이브라도 시도했을 거예요.
I'd have jumped and hopped, trying to high five you. Curious, have you played Aradania through Project Moonwalks? We started Library of Ruina just was it in November? We did 2 streams of Library of Ruina. I'd like to play some more sometime. Though it would be extremely difficult to focus to do Library and Limbus and a bunch at once. Lobotomy Corporation. We got partway through, and then a certain abnormality. The baton, if you know the baton's fun. But the baton might have corrupted my save file or something. And kind of deleted all my egos, all of my equipment, you know. Technically, we can still continue, but that kind of, you could say maybe I kind of rage quit at that point, but maybe we should continue that at some point, but that's where Limbus is good because it works as a jumping off point. The button is evil though. I have not done my weeklies. I installed the update just before this stream, in effect. Actually, Lobotomy Corporation department. I can tell you how far I got through it really quick in case you're curious. I got through all of the upper level. I got through the central command team, welfare team, and then I just started on doing stuff with the disciplinary team when the save got kind of corrupted. That's how far we got in the Lobotomy Corporation.
언제든지 사양하죠.
You're always unwelcome to try.
동랑님, 또 이야기가 새고 있습니다.
Mr. Dungrain, you're becoming sidetracked again.
그렇네요. 자,
I do recommend reading Distortion
우리가
Detective at
로보토미
some point, though.
지구시설에서
That's a pretty
행복하게
standalone
연구를 하던
story, and it introduces
그곳에서
stuff that
무력 습격 테러가 일어났어요. 아주
I haven't
갑작스럽게.
actually heard of this Distortion Detective before, at least not that I remember. Oh, that page is in Chinese. Oh, something Korean, not Chinese. I just saw a random thing. I will bear that in mind. I hadn't heard about this, honestly. At least I can't remember having heard about the Sturgeon Detective. Okay, back to the dialogue. You're right. Alright. Then one day, while we happily indulged in research in that laboratory of the lobotomy cope branch facility, armed terrorists attacked the place. It was all too sudden. Have you ever seen a bomb set up before your eyes? It's quite the spectacle. It all starts and ends in a split second. Just like the universe, isn't it?
테러를 일으킨 세력은 어디였지?
Where are the terrorists now?
인원의 신분은 특정할 수 없을 정도로
The members have almost nothing in common and the motive is unknown. They only showed up recently. Wait, could this be the people who stole the first branch out from under our noses, maybe? Maybe?
결국
And then the terrorist organization took over the laboratory Mr. Dungrain's team had stayed in.
연구실은 그때 옮겼던 것인가 보군.
That must be when the lab was moved.
피해는 어느 정도요?
How severe was the damage? Dungrain turned his gaze from Yisane to the sporadically unoccupied seats.
저 비어있는 자리들은 말이죠.
It's totally Yisane that he worked with before. Right. I'm like 95% sure. You see those empty seats? They'll stay that way for a while. Their owners died in that act of terror. Looking closely, I saw snacks and flowers placed on their cushions, probably as a way to mourn the dead. This fellow we only managed to recover a finger from. We couldn't find the right place to put it, so we've been keeping it in storage. It should be over on the display on the second floor. Honestly, that seems a little weird. A solemn silence filled the office, but Dungrain continued, brushing the empty desk with his hand. There was so much we had to leave behind. Dungrain. I especially miss the plaque modeled after the face of my character. That was a favorite souvenir of mine. That's not just a little weird, that's deranged. Okay, good, I'm not the only one who thinks that. I think this Dungrain guy is a little weird. I think he's a little weird. I'll be stumped. I can't tell how much of what he says is a joke and how much of it is serious. What about that seat then? Our attention was brought to a white desk that was completely empty. That one is reserved. We're waiting for a new employee to take that seat.
그럼 모집 요강이 따로 있는 건가요? 어디 가면 볼 수 있죠?
Oh, is there an application guideline for the position then? Where can I see it? Ishmael's bright-eyed inquisition was interrupted by Samjo's displeased utterance. Oh dear, our Mr. Samjo is feeling all uncomfortable now. Shall we actually get to the point then, Samjo?
단도직입적으로 말합니다.
Let me be blunt. I suggest a code of that will benefit both parties.
빼앗긴 연구실을
If you help
되찾아주신다면
us retake
당신들에겐
the
저희가
laboratory,
발견한
we'll
황금가지의
yield the
소유권을
ownership of the
양도하겠습니다.
golden bar we found to you.
질문 드리죠. 확정 계약인가요? 아니면
I have a
사후 검토
question.
계약인가요?
Is this a fixed
방식은
contract
대표기관
or a
집행 방식인가요?
post-fulfillment review
공동 집행
contract?
방식인가요?
Will it be represented by delegate bodies or co-executive members?
답변하겠습니다. 하자 책임
Allow me
없이
to answer
대표기관
that.
집행 방식으로 즉석
This
계약
will be an
방식입니다.
immediate
일부
delegate
계약 사무소를
body
이용한
run
이페인을 둔 계약도
a
절차대로 진행될
presented
예정입니다.
contract with no warranty liability. A contractual signing overseen by an observer from a grade 1 contract office will take place following due process. A contract office? I don't know what's going on. Does it really have to be so complicated?
제2사에서는 제대로 된 이페인을 구하지 못하는 바람에 황금가지를 곧바로
In
넘겨받지
J
못했잖아요.
District, we couldn't get the golden bow right away despite winning because we didn't have anyone overseeing the deal.
미리우 주파의 우이드 그 자식 로저가 게임에서 이겼는데
Oh,
약속한 지키고
that
묻지마 싸움
Ayuda
걸었잖아.
from Miria Kills. She started a fight right after Radia won the game.
마리아 주파의 아이들인데.
It's Ada from Los Mariachis. Mariachis?
네, 맞아요. 이페인이 되어줄 줄
That's right.
알았던
Instead
아이데스가
of playing the role of the
태도를
observer,
바꿔버리는 바람에
she left us with
무력으로
no choice
가져와야만
but to
했었죠.
take the bow with force.
그래서 이페나 공증을
Which
해주는
is
협회나 계약
why
사무소를
it is
이용하는
safer
편이
to use the
돈은
service
많이
of an
들어도 제일 안전한
association
거예요.
or a contract
파우스트
office
씨도
to
그 점을
stand as
제일
an
주의 깊게
observer to
보았을
notarize the contract, even if it can be costly. That's what Faust probably considered most carefully, I think. Ishmael explained like it was common knowledge. I guess it's something well known among city folks.
이건 확실히 저희 쪽에 유리한 체결 방식이군요.
A contract certainly favors our side.
목적만 확실히 달성한다면요.
As long as the goal is achieved. We watched with our mouths agape as the two declared the conclusion at once.
비밀인데.
This is a
사실
secret,
삼조
but
씨가 하는 말의 절반 이상은 못 알아듣고
I frankly
그렇구나
don't
하고
get more than
넘기는
half
거죠.
of what Samjo says. I just nod like, oh, I see, and move on.
우연인가? 우리도 마찬가지인데.
Isn't that a coincidence? It's the same for us too.
적어도 동랑 씨는 알아들어야 하는 거 아닌가요?
Aren't you supposed to be the last person to be ignorant of your secretary's words?
아, 그래도 K사 연구실과 계약을 맺으면 당분간은 그분들과 싸울 일은 없겠어요.
Ah, I guess making a contract with K-Cope's laboratory means we won't be fighting against the Ween's staff for a while.
아무리 상처 입혀도
You know those people
끊임없이
who would
치료되었던
keep
분들이요?
healing their wounds? The team fell into a somber silence. All the memories related to them were filled with misery and suffering.
아, 저희 K3만의 재생 기술을 이미 보셨나 보네요.
Ah, so you've seen K-Cope's regenerative technology already.
아우, 받기만 했겠어?
We've more than seen it.
아유, 지긋지긋할 만큼.
Oh yeah,
겪을
maybe
것 같지.
he jinxed it, yeah. Had to deal with it over and over. I get sick of the thought.
그럼 대신
Why
기념으로
don't I
제
show you
실험 좀
around
보여드릴까요?
my lab instead
말고
then? It's
엘리베이터를
not
한번 더
here
타야
though.
해요.
You'll have to take the elevator once more.
네, 거기까지 보여주실 생각입니까, 동랑님?
You would show them that much, Mr. Dungrain. That place is off limits for unauthorized personnel.
방금 삼조 씨 엄청 웃긴 소리 냈다.
You just made a really
어때?
funny noise, Mr.
계약 체결한
Samjo.
기념으로 놀러가 보는
While
거지.
it shouldn't hurt, we're hanging out a bit to celebrate the provisional contract being signed. I wasn't sure if that was an appropriate way to celebrate things, but since no one on the team objected, I decided to follow him. Okay.
바로 이곳에서 재생 앰플을 제작하고 있답니다.
This is where regenerative ampules are made. Oh, he makes these then.
표면적으로는 HP
They're
탄이라고
publicly
불리고 있지만
called HP bullets,
나노 로봇
but the
치료기술이죠.
underlying principle is a nanobot-based Mado treatment.
이런저런 고비가 있었지만
They have been
지금은
there have
제가
been
최근에
struggles
아주 조금
here
개량한
and
앰플이
there,
제일
but
대중적으로
at
사용되고
the
있답니다.
moment, the ampule slightly modified recently is the most commonly used version.
그걸 보급한 사람이
So let me get this straight. You're the one who supplied that.
죽을 고비를.
Damn it, do you have any idea how much that made us suffer?
그 고비를 거의 네 발로
We
밟아 기어서
barely managed to
반신욕을
crawl over that adversary.
그래도 전사하거나 치명상을 입은 분들은 아무도 없어 보여서 다행이네요.
I'm relieved that none of you seem to have passed away or suffered severe wounds at the very least. Well, that is actually completely incorrect. They did both of those actually, we just kind of pulled them back.
아, 회사마다
that
업무 중 사망에 따른
reminds
정의가
me.
다르고
I
절차도
was
복잡하다고
told
들었어요.
that companies have
삼조 씨가
different
뭐라고 설명해
definitions of death on the job and the process of dealing with them. I'm sure Mr. Samjo gave me an explanation on it.
아니 그럼 동랑 씨는 계속해서 이
So,
모든
Dan
시간은
Gray, now you
나노로봇 기술을 연구 중이신 건가요?
continuing your research on improving those Kiralabats?
그럴 리가요.
Of course not.
HP탄은 이미
HP
상용화된
bullets
지
have
오래된
long
기술이고요.
been commercialized.
지금은 HP탄을
My
활용한
projects
가치
right
개량
now
연구를 진행 중이죠.
is the improvement of livestock using them.
가축 개량 연구요?
Improving livestock?
절단이 아무것도
If
아니게 되는
cutting
개념이라면
as a concept is reduced to irrelevance, it becomes limited to a fleeting moment.
생각해 보세요.
Think about
우리는
it.
질 좋은 고기들을 무한하게 먹을 수 있는 거예요.
We can get an endless supply of high quality meat. This actually reminds me of an episode of a sci-fi show I've seen.
그냥 질 좋은 고기도 아니라
And
수많은
it's
사람이
not
매달려
just
연구하고 개량한
any meat.
그런
The
드물고도
flesh
질
will
좋은
come
가축들의
from
고기들 말이죠.
livestock, researched and improved with the combined efforts of countless minds. That's the quality and rarity we're talking about. This sounds deeply unethical. Yeah. They have a different sound that started playing in the background. Sounds like there's like chicken noises echoing distantly.
아무래도
It seems
동랑 씨도 로제
Dan Grain has a love for meat as deeply as Radia's. Share Hanlu, that's what it is.
사랑이라.
Love,
시간과
you
관심을 끝없이
say.
쏟는 게 사랑이라면
You might be
그럴지도
right.
모르겠네요.
If endlessly devoting time and care could be called love.
둘이 묘하게 재수 없는 게 아까부터 끼리끼리 잘 노는구만.
I got snobby bunches get along well, eh? Don't beat up our client, okay, Heathcliff? Depends on how they behave. We see live chickens whose wings and legs are being sliced endlessly. They don't even struggle, as if they feel no pain.
나노로봇이 이렇게 생겼나?
Is that how nanobots look? All I see is liquid.
너무나 작은 입자가
When
유동성을 가지면
infinitesimal particles have fluidity, they look pretty much the same as fluid.
식물을 위해서
Is it really necessary to go this far for food?
어렸을 때부터 육즙이 흐르는
The
고기를 먹고
sight
자란
is too
도련님은
disgusting to handle for a rich boy who grew up on juicy meat, eh?
꼬맹이, 밥을 위해서는 못할 것이 없는 사람도 세상에 많아.
Kiddo, there are lots of people in the world who'd go any length for a meal.
아니, 그거랑 다르잖아요. 그리고 저희 가족들은 고기를 먹지 않는 분들이었어요. 저는
No, I mean, this isn't the same. And my family wouldn't eat any meat. I was an exception, though.
왜 굳이 이런 형태여야 해요? 그러니까 제 말은
Why does it have to be like this? What I'm trying to say is...
하려는 말이 뭔지 알 것 같아요.
I think I know what you're getting at.
역시 조금
It does
부자연스럽죠?
feel rather
단순히 식량 개선을
unnatural,
위한
doesn't it?
거였다면
If it was
충분히 더
simply for
효율적인
the
방식이 있을
sake
텐데요.
of improving food, there could have been more efficient ways to do it.
적어도 이거 하나는 확실하네. 진작에 이 기술이 뒷골목에
There's one thing I can say for sure. If this technology had been made available in the back streets,
나와 친구들은 쓰레기통이나 뒤지고 다니진 않았을 거야.
my friends and I wouldn't have had to rummage through trash cans.
기술
Technology.
아니요.
No.
이것은 한낱
This
사육이요.
is more than breeding.
저치들은 날 수 있다는 것도
They
평생
will
모르는
never
것이요.
realize they have the ability to fly for their entire lives. Yep. Esane spoke, steering directly into Dungrain. It was unusual of him to take this much interest in matters. Can the sinews stop saying casually tragic scene? The answer is no. No, the sinews can't. No.
반론합니다. 닭은 본래
I
날지
must object.
못하거니와 이 기술은
Chickens
현재
cannot
수많은
fly
시민에게
in the
질적인
first place,
복지를
and this technology is providing quality welfare to many. Depends on what you qualify as flight. They can at the very least fly short distances. Chickens can certainly fly more than humans can. Chickens can fly, just not like great distances.
괜찮아요, 삼조 씨.
It's okay, Samjo.
본래는 눈조차
For
잘
someone
마주하지
who
않던
usually
사람이
wouldn't look
누군가를
others in the
떨치려고
eye,
하면
to glare directly at a person,
그만큼 절박한
that's a
거잖아요.
sign of desperation, isn't it?
사육은
The husbandry.
연구실에 무슨 일이 생긴
Something seems to have happened to the lab.
지금 연구실로 가는 게 좋은
Will it
선택일까요?
be a good choice to head there now?
괜찮을 거야, 삼조 씨.
It'll
이분들은
be
우리 재생
fine,
앰플을
Samjo.
장착한 K사
There's
경비들과도
guilty
맞서
enough that they
싸워놓고
got out of a
생태계 하나
scuffle
없으신
with K-Cope
실력자들인데.
security staff, armed with our regenerative ampules without a scratch. Okay.
이 불꽃이 필요하시다면
Oh.
직원 여러분들은 신속하게 책상 안으로 들어가 몸을 보호하시기 바랍니다.
An explosion has been detected. Please protect yourselves from danger by swiftly moving under your desks.
Whoa! Look at that machine thing. That looks cool. Intimidating too. Apparently, if you read its adjective and its title there. Intimidating, I guess. Maybe.
아, 잘못 발사됐다.
Whoops, that was a misfire.
A second explosion has been detected. Please activate the regeneration ampule in your possession and
18초 내로 도착할 K사 경비들을
please wait for K-Corp's security staff. This will arrive within 18 seconds.
The machine is more cute than anything. Yeah, it's a big intimidating machine. We'll humor it. I'll tell it it's intimidating. Same old announcement, I wonder. Why are broadcasts like that told in such calm voices? Because the idea is not to make people panic, I think, honestly, I think it's pretty obvious. Won't a little gasping and panicking be more effective in getting people to evacuate? No. Then people are going to panic. And the problem is those three responses. It's fight, flight, or freeze. And you want to convince them to not have a panic response and to have a well thought out response and just orderly evacuate. See, getting so preoccupied with all that technology and science nonsense dulls your empathy and with feelings.
말이 너무 많아. 조용히 해.
I mean, it's actually true that sometimes, well, not this part, not the first part, but sometimes people can have the empathy dulled and stuff. But I don't agree with the rest of that statement also. You talk too much, be quiet.
모두 무사하십니까? 혹시라도 무사하지 않은 분들은 재생 앰플을 받아가시면 됩니다. 교차 적합 검사를 받아야 하긴 하지만 일단 급하니.
Is everyone alright? If you aren't, take a regeneration sample. A cross-compatibility test is normally needed, but we're in an emergency.
태어나네. 보통
You
테러가
look
벌어지면
unfazed,
단체로
doesn't
혼란에
a terrorist
휩싸이지 않나?
attack usually throw everyone into chaos?
첫 테러엔 모두가
The first
우왕좌왕했었죠.
attack did have
그땐
everyone
폭발 감지
panicking.
안내 방송도
The
없었거든요.
explosive detection broadcasts didn't
삼조씨가
exist
그때 책상에
either.
한참 동안 숨어서
Mr.
안 나왔는데
Samjo hid under his desk for quite some time.
항상 말하지만 그건 로비에서 일어난 테러였고 저는 책상 깊숙이 떨어진
As I
수첩을
keep
주우려던
saying, the attack
것뿐이었습니다.
occurred in the lobby, and I was merely attempting to pick up a notebook that fell under the desk.
심각하게 받아들이셔야
You
합니다,
must
동랑님.
take this situation seriously, Mr. John Grain. An attack on a K-Cope laboratory in the middle of the nest is not a matter of course.
그러게.
Oh, sure. They
이번엔
managed
이렇게
to arrive
연구원들이
at the
있는
floor
층까지
where the researchers are.
나 왼쪽 다리가
I
좀
think I
부은 것 같아.
sprained my left ankle, Samjo. I watched as Samjo injected a regeneration ampule into Don Grain's body.
로보토미 지부를 점령하고 있다는 테러 집단이 저자들인가?
Are they the terrorists that are occupying the lobotomy cope branch?
맞아요.
Indeed.
제 말하면
Speak
어울리네요.
of the devil.
저 사람들이 테러 단체들이라고요?
Part of the tourist organization.
보이는데요.
They don't really look like well-trained combatants.
꼬맹이가 이제 그런 눈썰미도
Would you
생기네.
look at that? You got an eye for that now, kid.
당연합니다. 직접 전투에 나서는 건
It's
저들이
natural.
아닙니다.
They aren't the ones directly engaging in
딱
combat.
보기에도
It should
동랑님처럼
take a
비실비실해
single
보이지
glance to
않습니까?
notice that they appear lean and frail, just like Mr. John Grain.
돈 있는 놈들은 직접 안 싸우더라도 만에 하나
I've seen
모른다는 걸
rich
실책하는
sads
기술을
that
봤더만.
don't get into fights still get body enhancing arguments just in case. You sure they aren't just acting weak?
꼭 그렇지만도 않습니다.
It's not
신체 강화
necessarily
방법이
the
다양한
case.
만큼
As
상태에
varied as
따라
ways
거부감을
to
느끼기도 하고
augment the body out.
괴로워하기도 하니까요.
Some may be repulsed by it, physically or mentally.
둥지에 따라서
Some nests
거듭이는
even
깃털들이
forbid the
작용을
residents
따르면
from getting
일정
procedures
위력의
above a
시술을
certain
받는 것을
level of
금지하는
power
것도
if they aren't qualified.
아래 것들이 힘을 가져서 들고 일어나면 곤란하기라도 하나 봐. 그치?
They don't want the lowly to rise up and topple the ruling class over, huh?
그 가능성도 부정할 수는 없겠네요.
I
둥지마다
couldn't
다양한
deny
이유가 있을
those
테니까.
possibilities. Each nest must have its own reasons.
하지만 근본적으로
But
강화
fundamentally
시술은 고출력
speaking,
차량과 흡사합니다.
augmenting procedures are like high-performing vehicles.
검증되지 않은 자가
If an
다닙니다.
unqualified driver were to try and handle a vehicle with a power output above what they can handle,
둥지 안에 여러
layers
질서는
of
금방
audio in the
이루어질
nest
그
would
부분을
fall
예방하는
apart in no time.
장벽일까요?
So they'd like to prevent that from happening.
아, 열성적인 설명 중에 미안하지만 참고로 전 엄살은 아니고 진짜
Sorry to interrupt your passionate exposition. The pain was genuine for me, just so you know. Soon enough, people wearing familiar outfits appeared, along with the unforgettable beats of footsteps. The ones from the checkpoint.
이제는 우리의 든든한 아군이겠네요.
And now they're our reliable allies. Those robots, they look seriously hostile.
5천의 과다 출혈.
Armor hit within 5 seconds. Spinal damage of at least 12 centimeters in length. Direct impact on coronary artery. Destruction of the cranium.
그리하여 모든 적은
These
불필요한
steps
고통
will
없이
ensure the
축사한다.
enemy meets immediate death without unnecessary suffering.
불필요한 고통도 고통이지만
It can do that, but wasn't it mainly to fulfill destroying the brain so that they can't regenerate themselves?
저기 실례가 안 된다면
Hey, if you don't mind, could you pretend to be dead if this doesn't kill you right away? My body stayed up all night upgrading the insta-kill function.
조용히.
Quiet.
봐봐, 내 말이 맞잖아.
See, I told you. With that recoil distance, it only reaches as deep as the occipital lobe. Did you really have to learn it through trial?
젠장. 측두엽까지 뚫었어.
Damn it. It should have gone all the way through the temporal lobe.
질 수 없죠. 로봇은 저희 쪽으로
We
있거든요.
can't lose to them. We have robots of our own. They should be here any minute now.
아, 짠!
Ah,
재생
there it
엔플
is.
드론이에요.
The regeneration ampule administration drone.
그래도 든든하겠어요.
It must be pretty handy to have them. Do they inject ampules right as the staff is injured?
네. 머리통이 날아가거나
Yes, as long as their heads aren't lost and the ampule is injected before the golden time passes and their brain stops functioning, they're practically undying.
장기가 관통되거나
Injuries like holes in internal organs.
어이쿠. 뼈가 부러지는 것 정도는
Our
수초 내에
broken
원상
bones can be healed in seconds.
그렇다고
Even
아픔조차 못
still,
느끼지는 않을
they
텐데요.
wouldn't be immune to pain. How can they be so calm about it?
심지어
They
바로
won't
옆에
even
있는
bat an
동료의
eye
신체가
at,
절단되어도
at a colleague
눈길조차 안
right
주잖아요.
next to them being cut down.
당연한 일이다.
Natural behavior.
몇 초 내에 복구가
If all
된다면
wounds can be healed
모든
up in
판단은
seconds, all
부수적인 일이
judgment regarding it will be secondary.
그렇다면
I'm not sure that's the
저희도
case myself.
언젠가는 저렇게 변하는 걸까요?
If that's the case, will we become like that eventually?
그런 걸
I
왜
don't see a
생각하는지
reason to
모르겠군.
think about such things.
궁금하잖아요.
I was just curious.
그런데 여기 못 보던
By
옷
the
입고
way,
있는
who
뉴
are these
페이스들은
new
누구야?
faces with
자기 소개해줄
unfamiliar
사람?
outfits? Anyone wanna introduce yourself?
우리가 알 바는 아니지.
None of our business.
맞아. 그런데 계속 마주보고
True.
있으려니까 조금
But
어색해서.
it's kinda
누군가는
awkward
말을
to just
꺼내야
be
하지 않나
facing
싶은데.
them. Someone's got to talk, no?
고작 테러 조직 따위한테 왜 자기 소개를 해야
Why
하죠?
should we introduce ourselves to a terrorist organization?
우린 테러 조직 따위가 아니다.
We're
말
no
조심.
mere terrorist organization. Watch your words.
나는 그 어감 나쁘지 않은 것 같아.
I don't hate the sound of it. It lines up with my beliefs when I was 4. I had to answer the call of a grad school because the paper I wrote on atoms won a prize at the age of 11.
조용히 해. 우리는 기술
Shut
해방
it.
연합이다.
We are the Technology Liberation Alliance.
어떤 기술을 해방시키는 거죠?
Liberate what
기술이라는 것도
technology
자유를
exactly?
원하는 건가요?
Does technology yearn for freedom?
아마도 저 연구실 안에 있는 동물들 아닐까요?
Maybe they're talking about the animals in the lab, I think.
들었어? 쟤
You
우리가
hear
동물
that?
보호소라도
He thinks
되는 줄
we're
알았는데?
animal protectors or something.
미안한데 그런 고리타분한 여행은
Sorry,
옛적에
but we went
끝났단다.
out of that went out of fashion long ago. You think we're working day and night assembling machines just to fight for happily raised chickens fried in healthy oil?
특히 X-32형 볼트는
Type X32 bolts are so hard to get these days.
세금이 얼마나 붙는지
We have
알아?
to order them from other nests. Do you have any idea how much tax is added?
X-32형 볼트는 C-9 볼트를 주조한 다음 2시간 간격으로 담금질을 하면
You can
대체가 가능합니다.
substitute X32 bolts by casting a C9 bolt and tempering it at an interval of 2 hours.
어디서 가짜게 아는 척을.
You aren't gonna win us over by acting all smart.
오, 아니야.
No,
그럴듯해.
she might be right. It could work.
아니 대체 왜 촉군한테까지
Could you
기분을 주는
tell
거야,
us why
파우스트 씨?
you're offering advice to enemies, Ms.
이해
Faust?
못하시겠죠.
You won't
연구원들에겐
understand.
죽음보다 중요한 신념 같은 것이
Researchers have a
있답니다.
creed more valuable than life. Okay, let's see. I will say,
초식 1번
I'll let you know, I'm getting like a little bit sleepier, a little earlier than usual. There's a chance we don't go quite as long. Like usually we go about, oftentimes with these streams, at least of late, we go about another hour at this point. There's a chance we don't go a full hour. No.
이대로 가보자고.
다음.
조실 1번.
괜히 저항하지 말고 받아들여. 그게 덜 아플걸?
생각보다 잘.
괜히 저항하지 말고 받아들여. 그게 덜 아플걸?
I'm tempted. We mentioned it earlier. I can't remember if we've ever used this like this. Let's see it. Does it look different over clacked? Whoa! Whoa! Even a brilliant light won't hit their eyes. Oh! Did he kill any of my people?
잿더미에 깔리는 게
I think so.
내가 될 줄.
But that was cool. No, that was really cool. He like transformed. He had like a different form in there.
아, 너무 열심히 했어. 이걸로 일주일은 울고 먹을 수 있겠군.
No kidding, he does most of the damage. Of course, some of its damage might have been to other people. Oh, then it skipped another here. I mean, I'm fine with it, but I guess we have a lot of story to get through.
벌써 화끈하네.
뭐 확실히 편리하긴해 보이네. 뼈가 부러진 것
That
정도는
certainly
순식간에
looks
고친다니까.
convenient. Broken bones heal up in a matter of moments.
K사에서 이 재생 앰플의 개량을 위해
K-Cope provided us with an astronomical sum of research grants to support our research on improving this ampule. Do keep this a secret from Shrine, though. Please, she might get mad at me about it for 3 months.
시계는 그까지 고통이 얼마나
Clock would only
무서운지.
wind 13 after we've
우리가
died.
죽어야지만 시계를
Scared
돌려.
of a little hurting.
나 지금 오른손 뼈에 조금 금이 간 것 같은데 앰플 맞아도 되지? 도끼 주기가 영 불편하네.
I think I cracked a bone in my right hand. Can I get an ampule? It's kinda harder to grip my axe. Radia stood in front of a K-Cope drone extended her right arm.
환영합니다. 언제나 당신의 건강을 위하는 K사 드론입니다.
Welcome, K-Cope drones are always there for your health. Administering regeneration ampule.
주의 불가.
Cannot administer.
선제 대시 50세 유형의 5대상은 혈정 주입은
Friendly entities of type 3J50 are eligible for serum injection, but regeneration ampules may only be administered to patients hemorrhaging
감사합니다.
1 liter or more of blood. And since you have not taken a cross-compatibility test for the ampules, we do not take any responsibility for the possible side effects. Thank you.
뭐? 무슨 소리야?
What?
팔다리 중 하나라도
What are you
달려오라는 거야?
talking about? You want me to cut off an arm or a leg or something?
힘이
They're
그러고 있잖아요.
already doing
K사
that.
경비들
Look at the K-Cope stuff.
재생 앰플을
They're
주입받으려고
cutting up their own
스스로
limbs to
신체를
get
자르고.
the ampule.
어쩔 수 없습니다. 생채기 하나 날 때마다 재생 앰플을 사용하는 건 심각한 비용 낭비니까요.
It's a necessary requirement. It would be a tremendous financial waste to use regeneration ampoules for every little scratch. So here's the situation. They have programmed the robots to only administer the ampoules if people are badly injured enough. And the way the people have adapted to it is to chop off their own limbs in order to make themselves damaged enough to get an ampoule. And they have left the machine is programmed as is for that situation to continue, and not even changed it so that it's like, oh, if we can identify that they're willing to chop off a limb to get an ampoule, we'll just go ahead and administer the ampoule instead of making them chop their limb off. And instead, they've left the drones with the programming that essentially go, okay, wait until the human chops off their own limb and then heal them. Don't heal it before that. Seems a little messed up. I don't really blame the soldiers that are chopping off their limbs for the healing. I feel like I might have bumped my mic there. I feel like I more blame the people in charge of the way these robots work.
굳이 비교를 하고 싶지 않지만
I hate to make comparisons, but its value is far above the caliber of small films like yours. Eesh. Looks a bit dangerous here. Those machines are too rough. They might get me killed if I'm not careful. I might wanna stay away from the fray a bit, just to be safe. You know though, I think they should see if they can take some regeneration ampoules with them to once they leave for the use of Dante, because it's like Dante can bring the sinners back at like 0 material cost. But what about if Dante takes a blow, loses an arm? They can't bring themselves back. Right? I might want to stay away from the fray a bit, just to be safe. Just then something grazed past my head. I mean my head with a threatening shrill. Ah. What happened? Right as another projectile flew at me, Ishmael swiftly stretched her arm to take the hit. Tuning the direction the projectiles came from, I didn't find enemy bats. Instead, there was a K-Cope drone glittering with red.
관리자님, 괜찮으십니까?
Executive Manager, are you alright? The robot uprising happened, I'm assuming. It seems that way.
제가 대신 맞았는데요.
I'm the one who got hit, Otis.
이 오티스가 대신 맞았어야 했습니다. 젠장.
I should have taken the projectile for your curses.
저기요.
Excuse me.
하. 니놈들의 그 비싼 연구비로 만든
See
로봇이
what are your
결국
robots
오작동을
that cast a
일으키는군.
bomb to make outdoing? It fired at an ally.
반론합니다. 그건 오인 사격이
I must
아니었습니다.
object. That was not friendly fire. Some Joe yelled from behind, raising his hand high.
다만
However,
예외 처리가 미처
it
되지
does
못한
appear that
모양이군요.
exceptions
그 점은
couldn't
사과의
be
말씀을
fully
드립니다.
configured. I apologize for that particular shortcoming.
헛소리를.
What rubbish are you?
알다시피
As
당신들이
you have a
이곳까지 들어오게 된
real...
건
You
순전히
could come
동남님의
into
간섭
this
덕분입니다.
place purely thanks to Mr. Don Grain's whim.
이곳에 손님이 방문하는
Having
경우는 극히
visitors in
드문
this
일.
place is an
따라서
extremely
미처
rare
고려되지
occasion,
못했던
and as
상황에
such, a factor that wasn't put into consideration.
그게
What?
대체 무슨 소리인데요?
What are you talking about?
K사 재생드론의 쓰임새는 단순한 치료가
That
전부가 아니라는 소리입니다.
K-Cope's regenerator drones do more than just heal people.
왜 제 몸이 녹아가고 있는 것처럼 보이죠? 누가 한 명이라도 알아듣게 얘기를.
Now it makes sense to me. Why does it feel like my body is melting? Can anyone make it make sense? If there's little tiny robots that can put you back together, they can also take you apart. Ishmael!
K사 드론은
Normally,
평소엔 부상자들에게
K-Cope's
재생 앰플을
drones
주입시켜주지만
administer regenerative ampules to injured personnel.
전장 이탈자들에게는
However, it
붕괴 앰플을
injects a decay
주입시킵니다.
ampule to deserters. Shot the decay ampule at me because I was trying to escape the combat zone.
역겹군 그래. 아니 전쟁 중도 아닌데
Ain't
즉결적으로
that just
받아들이자.
revolting? Think you can pull off summary executions when there isn't even a war going on?
그래.
Yeah, why
차라리
not
저
just make the
드론들을
drones
앞장서서 싸우는 게
fight
낫지 않겠어?
instead?
당신이 있던 둥지에서는 인명에 대한 가치가 높았나 봅니다. 그렇죠?
Now that is a question. The nest you're from must have valued human life, am I right?
저 기계들은 한 대당 2등급 직원
The
10명의
value
가치와
of each
맞바꾼다고
drone we
해도
have
비교가 안 될
also
만큼의 비용을
passes that
지닙니다.
of 10 Class 2 staff members combined. Do you understand?
이해해라. 네가 받아들여라.
You should understand. You accept it. I've had crappy coercion shoved in my face too many times. I don't feel like complying anymore.
이해는 되네요. 모의 전장에
I do understand where it's coming from.
아군의 승률이
There was research that revealed deploying K-Cope's drones and simulating them at battles increased the odds of victory by 23.5%.
연구자들 사이에서는
It was a pretty famous paper among scholars.
예로부터 전장의 사기를 떨어뜨리는
Since the
가장 큰
old
원인.
times, deserters who tried to flee from battle have been pointed out as greater detractors of morale than the threat of overwhelming oppression or weakness of the leader.
전장 이탈자의 공개적인
Public
처벌은
punishments of deserters are
증명된 사례가
historically proven.
효과적인 전술 방법.
Our historically proven tactics supported by many examples.
많이들 아셔.
Understand it all you like then. Wait, what are you all talking about? Look at Ishmael, she's melting down.
실례했습니다, 관리자님.
Apologies for my negligence, executive
시계
manager.
돌릴 때의
I
고통을
failed to consider
헤아리지
the
못했습니다.
suffering you must endure when you turn the clock. That's not what I meant. That's not what I'm...
신속하게 돌리셔야겠군요. 지금 정도의 상태면
You might want to hear if that's your
보존되어 있을
concern.
테니까요.
Your heart should still be intact in your current state. That is honestly a kind of terrible thing to say in some ways.
관리자님, 저 어떻게 되는 거죠?
People, did you what happened to me? I finished Canto 9 and I'm here to watch someone suffer with the power level difference. I have actually had a somewhat rough time today with with two of the combats. I need to improve my people. The clock's hands tune with agony. I hope you enjoyed Canto 9 too. I can't wait to get to some of the later Cantos I've heard about. Meanwhile, Isane was staring at empty ampules rolling on the floor. Okay.
이대로 가보자고.
There we go. Let's do that.
캬. 차.
이대로 가보자고.
There we go.
자연스러운 것입니다.
And another round. It's just the one wave. We will go. Let's not do the risky thing I'm thinking of. I'm tempted though. I am tempted to do a risky thing. Same thing I did last time.
부드럽게.
괜히 저항하지 말고 받아들여. 그게 덜 아플걸? 촥! 쳐!
Okay. Actually, I want to use Brilliant Glory here. Wait, oh, staggered. Ah.
단번에 끝낸다.
눈부시지 않다고 두려워하지 마라.
I do need more egos for my peoples. I need to get some more of those. It's weird, the noise that these machines make when they do their bass is not what I actually typically expect. Okay, so I'm going to do a very similar thing. So, Brilliant Glory has two themes to it. It has the first theme and the second, and I just corroded the first last combat for the first time. I'm wondering, does the second one look different if I corrode, or is it the same theme? I kinda want to see this. Oh, whoops, maybe it's the same thing. And if it is the same thing, who cares? Then we still get to see a cool No.
내가 보자고.
Is it different?
그리워할
Looks the same to me. He does seem to be killing my own people here, which is kind of expected.
따뜻한 차가 마시고 싶어요.
쇳감에 깔리는 게 내가 될 줄은.
I mean, it's a good thing this is at a sliver of health. There we go.
셰프를 따라오십시오.
But, okay, so it gives me some good information for the future. Because now I know that if I'm like in a desperate situation in a fight and I want to use his ego corroded, it doesn't do anything for me using it uncorroded first and then using it corroded. At that point I might as well just use it normally, most likely. It's more useful to just corrode it initially than to use the normal one first. Which is honestly very valuable information in my opinion. Another thing we're like skipping. Average. You know what? We're going to grab, I'll see. The average level is up. I'm going to try and remember that I need to do some stuff and get my people more powerful between this stream and the next stream. Hopefully I also have the spare time I need to do that. But I think we're just going to use the support character for now. I don't know which of these two I should use. This one's level 60, this one's level 55. I think in the grand scheme of things for my current level that doesn't make a big difference. I feel like the egos make a bigger difference. This one has Fluid Sac and Everlasting. They both have Hacksnail and representation emitter. I guess maybe Fluid Sac. Heal SP for allies. Whoa! That seems nice. And Everlasting. Whoa! Well, I like clockwork stuff. Have I ever mentioned that before? I like clockwork stuff. I like steampunk and clockwork stuff. Probably a surprise, but Command Meltdown. I need to see this one.
이번엔 어떤 실험인가요?
Wait, Fluid Sac is well known for being very available and overpowered, considering it has full SP refund for first and gives massive heal is ooh. Oh, suddenly another one appeared. You like it? Suddenly appeared there.
이 불꽃이 필요하시다면
I do need to get me some more egos as well as more ideas. But yeah. Yeah. Okay, Faustio Kirin. I think I actually wait. Oh no, I can't actually even use Fluid Sac. I don't think I like have anyone that can make me
어우, 안 뜨거워? 멀리서 말해.
어쩐 일이야 관리자 양반.
하실
the
말씀이 있나요?
purple.
다가오지 마세요. 이
잘 풀리지
No,
않고
I can't
있습니까?
actually even use fluid suck. No. That's unfortunate. But I can use that other one, and maybe we actually. I want to see it. I really want to see this everlasting one. I think I need orange, yellow, light blue, and dark blue. Rini saying fluid sack and H. Faust are the trinity of Tina's Kim Ihun wished he didn't add to the
제 불을 따라오십시오.
Look at the fire! Oh, the burn and the fire! Oh. Doing an anniversary stream. Kim Jong-un, Rainy saying killed. Got Rini saying killed on purpose to an abnormality event because yeah. Wow. There's actually an amusing story with a game that I don't often play on as a streamer, but I play a lot off stream. I've mentioned it. Oh wait, I need to remember what I'm doing. Light blue, dark blue. I want to see this. I need a lot of yellow. There's an amusing story. I'm not going to get into the details because otherwise it can easily go over people's heads if they don't know what I'm about the details about the game. But there's a card game I play, Magic the Gathering, and it's actually happened multiple times. But there's a card called Skull Clamp if you want to look up the story sometime. And the story is that it was really overpowered in testing, and it has like a few numbers on the card, and the way it worked is they nerfed it just like a little bit before release. They were like, we've got to nerf this, so they nerfed it a little bit before release. Sounds good, right? No, because just the way it ended up working is that decreasing the number that they decreased ended up actually making the code work much better and not worse. But they never tested it with the number decreased, so they didn't realize that. Yeah. And I'm saying like it made it much better, which is kind of funny.
부드럽게.
생각보다 잘 타는 걸.
균형이 무너졌군요.
자연스러운 것입니다.
생각보다 잘 타는 걸.
소각되었습니다.
괜찮아. 이젠 안 아플 거야.
I could go into more detail, but I'm trying to keep it's light instead of boring people who don't know that much about the game. But yeah, it's really funny. funny thing. Also, like they made that mistake in the game design something like in 2006, years ago, because that game's been around for so long at this point. And just recently, last year, they did something very similar with a card. It's like they haven't learned. Unfortunate.
해체 억압 진행하겠습니다.
You're awake, lobotomy. Oh, some Limbus.
걷잡을 수 없이 해체 소각되었습니다.
다음.
Oh, also both of those cards I've just mentioned ended up being completely game-breaking cards. Okay, let's see this. Let's see this ego that I've never seen before. It looks really cool. At least the thumbnail bit of it.
해체 억압 진행하겠습니다.
Come on. Come on. I see it.
괜찮아.
Faust. Here you go. Faust. Ooh. Here we are. I love the clockwork.
제가 어떻게 보일까요? 시간의 태엽 안에
Oh.
그 답이 있을까요?
What is she doing? A clockwork sword. That looks painful. Oh, I like it. Yeah, it's not really for my team's build. That's really cool.
불타올랐군요.
Though it is colors that my team are pretty easily produces.
일부 동화율 정상. 개체의 행동 패턴 추출 완료. 이 정도 성과라면 다음 연구로 이어나갈 수 있겠군요.
다들 집중. 지원이 도착했다.
1 second. Getting a drink. Attention everyone, reinforcements have arrived.
저 사람들은 뭐지?
Who are those people?
그러게요. 누구야?
Oh shit. Who could
나 말고
these be?
새 친구들 사귀었어?
Made new friends other than me? A lot of the new IDs from personal experience aren't very good. I still like them, don't get me wrong. Yeah, you're probably right. They're kind of the best I have for doing specifically a burn team, and I really like to do burn teams. I mean, that's round. That's kind of implies that burn teams are a thing in lots of games. I like to do fire-based strategies and things. I like fire. I like playing a fire mage, a fire spellcaster character in games and stuff. Also, I do enjoy in games like this sometimes seeing if I can make a slightly offbeat or off-matter strategy work, and if I can't make it work, I can move on to a different strategy, of course. But when I can make it work, it is fun, even if it's maybe a little more difficult than other strategies.
이번에 우리 팀 연구소랑 협업하고 있는 장미 스패너 공방의
Two
해결사들이잖아.
pixels from a Rose Spaniel workshop. The ones we're working with for the current project. They visited here several times already. You really should be familiar by now.
안녕하십니까. 장미 스패너 공방 대표 니코라고 합니다.
I like Nico's design. I love that. I like the coloration. Like the mix of pale pinks and darker pinks here. Ooh. I like that. Wait, Radia has an idea of him? Which ID? I have the ID list pulled up in one of these tabs. There. Which Radia? Wait, I have Rose Spaniel Radia, don't I? I think I have Rose Span. I do. Haven't used that one, much. That was my first, my first 000 ID. Actually. With Leo being my second. Oh yeah, I have that radio pulled up on the other screen. Yep. I see it now. Wait. But lobotomy, you say high is how to use, considering that its max damage potential is 99 damage at the end of the turn without certain IDs. Is there one or more IDs that actually change that limitation? If so, I actually am quite interested in knowing which ones change that limitation. Pleasure to meet you. I'm Nico, representative of Rose Spanner Workshop. The enemy's faces clouded over at the unexpected arrival of reinforcements.
재미없네.
Boring. Let's head back. What?
그래.
Sure, we'll leave.
역시 저희의
See, look at that. Our horror has made them flee out of terror.
고마워 시렌느 씨.
Thanks, Rin. That made me seriously consider the possibility that your department might be picked as the best next year for the first time.
잘난 그 상장패들
Shame about your precious trophies being destroyed, huh?
슈렌느님, 실례지만 설마 박살날 때까지 기다리다가 오신 건
Miss
아니라
Shrin,
믿겠습니다.
pardon me for suspecting, but you did not perchance wait until the trophies were broken before bringing reinforcements, did you?
이런 것쯤은 괜찮아.
I don't mind losing them,
사진만 멀쩡하다면.
as long as the photo is fine. The damage they left is pretty severe now that I'm seeing it firsthand.
자칫하면 연구원들까지
Could have gotten all the researchers killed if things went wrong.
네, 그렇기 때문이라도 하루빨리 저들을
Indeed,
소통하고
which is
빼앗긴
why
연구실을
we
탈환해야 하는
must eliminate
상황입니다.
them and reclaim the facility they occupied as soon as possible.
어째서 K사에서는
You saying joining the conversation. Why then does K-Cope not provide assistance?
그야 둥지 한복판에
This is
이런
magic
일이 있었다는
bullet
걸
applies a
숨겨야
special
하니까
debuff for Dark
아니겠어요?
Flame that deals pride damage based on burn potency and how man. Ooh. Magic Bullet was already one I was extremely interested in getting sometime. If I can, of course. Who knows if I ever do, but... Clearly it's because they don't want the general public to know that such a thing happened in the nest. Don't you think?
그 일은 무고의 깃털이 엮였음을
While I may
자책했으나
concede on that matter,
이번엔
as innocent fathers were involved,
연관 연구소에
this concerns researchers and a laboratory directly affiliated with the Ween.
연고지와 연계되어 있음에도 연막 속에
It's
연금을 둘만한
evidence
것.
that they want to remain discreet that much, don't you think?
아무튼 그래서 말이죠.
Anyway,
특별히
I asked
여러분들
to
목까지
bring a
재생
generous
앰플
supply
넉넉하게
regeneration of regeneration ampules for all to use. Now should be a good time to depart. Okay, the interesting thing here is part of me thinks that since clearly Dan Grain and Hussein know each other, right here, from a wide end as K-Cope to here, don't you think? It almost feels to me like there's a chance, and I could be wrong, but it feels to me like there's a chance that they are talking about the current situation and potentially another situation at the same time. They might be having a bit of like a double conversation at one. Or they might be kind of inadvertently talking about an issue they've had in the past. I could be incorrect about all of this. Maybe.
동랑 씨, 이거 놀러 가는 거 아니야? 괜찮겠어?
We aren't going on a picnic, Dan Grain. You're gonna be okay?
네. 여러분이
No
전투하는 모습을
problem.
직접 보니까
Seeing you in
더욱
battle
안심하고
made
함께해도
me
될 것 같아요.
all the more reassured about accompanying you.
참고로 저희를 관찰한다 해도
Just
관리사
so you know,
단테 씨가 사용하는
the
기술은
technology our
K사의
manager
재생
Dante
그를
uses
달리하는
is
보건
on a
능력이에요.
different level compared to K-Cope's ampules. Rather than regenerate, it restores.
따라서 K사의
Therefore,
특이점이나
observing it
재생
won't
인풋
provide
크게
much
도움이 되지 않을
insight
거예요.
that can be applied to K-Cope's singularity or regeneration ampules.
치료가 아닌 복원이라.
Restoration, not healing. Ah.
설마 단테 씨의 능력을 보고 보살치킨
No
직종
way! Is he
세상처럼
trying to
산업 스파이스
copy
하려고?
Dante's ability like what that shady? Oh, I don't know how to say this. See a bloopy womb. Thanks for dropping in. I actually don't think we're going to go that much longer. I'm tired. But I hope you enjoyed. I don't know how to say this. Bodhisattva? Chicken guy tried with his rival. I wouldn't do such a thing. I'm not the kind of person to cram down food that I know I can't digest. You wanna be there for when you see my favorite character in the game? Oh!
당신 같은 경우는
It
전투에
has to
능한
be the
부하들을
common
보내는 게 일반적일
practice
텐데.
for someone like you to
그렇게
send
최전선이라.
capable underlings to do the
표창이라도 받고 싶은
fighting
건가?
for you, and yet you insist on being on the front. Are you that hungry for a medal?
아니요. 그곳엔
No, it's that I left
미처 챙기지
a
못해요.
number of things that
놓고 온
I
것들이
couldn't take with me in time.
연속 3년 우수상
Like the
받은
photo
기념사진이랑
commemorating my
감사
third
연구소
consecutive
합장
year of
기념사진이랑
winning the Excellence
또 뭐
Award.
있었더라?
The plaque of
3도씩?
appreciation from Keiko. The photo taken to celebrate my lab's expansion. And what else was there, Samjo?
연구와 관련된
Classified
비밀
documents
문서가
concerning
있었습니다.
the research, sir.
받기보다는
So,
것을 가지고
it's
싶은
more
것이었다.
that you wanted to gain back the medals you had.
아 맞다. 그것도
Oh,
빼먹었네.
right. And that too.
아 그냥 급하게 몸뚱이만 건사해서 온 수준이고.
Samjo doesn't get paid enough. I think you're right. Samjo actually reminds me of a trope I've seen used less with secretary before and more with like battlers, both inside anime and outside of anime. I've seen like a trope of like the super efficient is the round word, capable, maybe insanely capable like battler role, and Samjo almost seems like he has that role.
동랑 저 자식은 태어나서 주먹질 한번 안 해봤을걸?
I guarantee you that Newt Dungrain has never swung a fist in his life. He's too carefree. At least bring some fixers like me. Oh, Shireen's a fixer? No, she's saying at least brings some fixers like she brought some fixers, I think.
슈렌느 씨, 그쪽 부서도 가시는 겁니까?
Is your department going as well, Miss Shireen?
이번 작전에 성공한다고 해서 당신 부서는 아무 이득이 없을 텐데.
I don't see how you could benefit from the success of this operation.
동료 셋이 죽었어. 지난번 그 테러로.
3 of my coworkers died in their last attack.
이득이랑 손해만
I've
따지면서
lost
움직이기에
too much to care about
많은 걸
interests and
잃었다는 소리야.
benefits. I don't think she cares nearly as much about which department gets the excellence award as Don Grain cares about it.
슈렌느 씨.
Ms. Shreen.
그렇다면 저
In that
해결사분들
case,
출장
will I
비용은
be correct
슈렌느
to
씨 부서에서
assume that the
지급해주는
payment for the fixers will be handled by your department?
언제까지고 재수 없는 놈들이네 진짜.
You just can't stop being such an irritating bunch.
탈환해야 할 로보토미 지부는 이곳에서 멀지 않은 위치에 있습니다.
The lobotomy cope branch we must reclaim isn't too far from here.
다 같이
Let's
이동하시죠.
head there together.
아 여러분들이 타고 온 버스 저도 한번 타보고 싶었는데.
I was
아쉽네요.
hoping I could get a ride on your bus. What a shame.
다음에 태워드리겠습니다. 얼른 출발하시죠.
I'll secure you an opportunity next time. Let's get moving for now.
어? 누구 마음대로?
Who do you think you are to decide that this mission felt particularly tumultuous?
그래서 말이야. 내가 딱 칩을 건 다음에
And
이렇게
then you
말한
see,
거야.
I bet the chips and declared like this.
올인.
Alin.
아 그만 듣고 싶어. 없던 멀미가 생겼다고.
I wanna stop hearing it. It's giving me nausea.
역시 제2사 카지노에서는 도리도리
There's
포커는
nothing
게
like
없지.
headshake poker at Jacob's casinos.
죄다
Those
머슴이에.
people who sit at the slot machines all day long, they're all morons.
뭐야? 슬롯 머신에 뭐 뒤가 구린 거라도 있는 거야?
What do you mean there's something up with the machines?
이건 진짜 아무에게도 안 알려준 정보인데.
This is something I haven't told anyone else. You see,
잠깐, 좀 더 자세히 말해봐.
hold on, you gotta explain in more detail. Things are lively this time around.
둘,
DLI, what does that mean? She says she doesn't like it, whispered Sinclair. I whispered back to him saying, I know. After enough time, people start learning who showed hands. One thing I'm still wondering about is how Sinclair learned them. Do the two of them know each other from like back before they woke to? I don't know. I actually think this is a good place for us to stop to. I'm a bit tired, to be honest. A bit more tired than sometimes. And like, oftentimes this, so 10 minutes from now or so is about when we wrap it up. So I just don't want to go too long. You know, I think Sinclair is just deranged enough to get it. Oh, it's because he's young and understands slang. That's kind of what I was thinking the young and understands slang about. But I also like the deranged enough to get it. I have written down on a note. I really hope I get time. Because there's a chance I don't. I need to get time to do some of the farming things between streams. Because I am a bit worried about how this would go if I forget to farm and level up my peoples up between now and the next stream. I also need to look up what the Wednesday banner is and decide on if I want to do polls on that. Because that's exciting. That said, I don't think we'll do this Wednesday. We'll do a stream Wednesday, but I don't think it'll be this because I want to have time to do these between the streams. And this is the last stream of this week. I'll try and get a schedule posted as soon as possible. I'm also thinking of putting up a poll as to whether people are interested in us doing any more Hytale on stream. We did the one stream of Hytale, and I'm curious on if people would be interested in any more Hytale. I am unsure myself on if we should play it now. I really enjoyed it, honestly. The question is more of, do we play it now some more, or do we wait till they do some more content? Do we wait till another patch comes out or something and then play more Hytale? I'm unsure. And I don't know what else we'd be streaming next week, so I can't actually give any insight. Maybe Stardew Valley, maybe Genshin Impact. I'm not sure. But I hope everyone has enjoyed today. And until next time, please do try and have a blast for me. Bye.